Yep.
Test the audio. Let's get it. We're going to talk about Elon and whatever else. But whoo, this stuff is popping off. We're going to do a mic check. We got special guest, friend of the show, RayStudios. Or who is the man behind the mask, I should say.
Lizard Man.
Okay, cool. I think I hear the audio. Oh man, we got a lot to talk about. There's some stuff going down. It's almost Halloween, Ray. You representing? Is this in celebration of Elon, or does this have anything to do with Elon? Like, is it because you're hoping that is it too early in the stream? I don't want to say his name too early in the buffer. Alex Jones, are you doing this because you think Alex Jones might get a platform again on Twitter?
It's a bit of all of that, actually, man. It's a bit of all of it. Obviously, happy Halloween, everyone. We're just a couple days away, but I'm not going to be doing a show on that day because I'm going to be going to watch the original Halloween at the movie theater. So I'm celebrating it today, okay? But I'm wearing this to celebrate. Hopefully, we get Alex Jones back on the platform, but most importantly, we get the president back on the platform too. And I'm wearing this as an insult to I don't want to say his name because I don't want your channel getting shadow banned, but Mr. The Z-Man, you know who I'm referring to as a reference to him too. You know who
Yeah, I'm not worried about shadow banning. I'm worried about getting pulled down. I'm worried about getting that Nick Rekieta where they go, come here, and they take your whole channel. I'm not worried about shadow banning though.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll wait to get a few more people in before I take it off because I just want to do to celebrate like an early Halloween right in here early.
We're gonna be acting a fool tonight, man. I just got to let you know. It's just we need don't we need these type of moments? I haven't got your take on Elon yet, but I'm assuming that it's overall positive. But I don't want to make an assumption. So before we jump in, how are you feeling in general about Elon Musk in this situation?
Elon or Elon buying Twitter.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, because that could be two different things. Like, yeah, Elon and Twitter specifically. How are you feeling about that?
Elon and Twitter, right? I'm hopeful. I'm just hopeful. It's giving me a little hope that we can finally get at least some of our speech back, at least some of it, because I'm sick of having to self-censor. I'm getting so sick of it. Because we can't say what our own opinions are really anymore. And like as a kid, I always thought we could always speak freely. But these last few years, man, I don't understand it. I really don't.
It's been getting tight, man. It's when you listen to YouTube videos, you see creators stumbling and bumbling, trying not to say things and stuff. And if Elon does what we think he will do, you might see us be doing more videos on, this is streaming on Twitter right now, but you might see us doing more like Twitter only type stuff along with Rumble and all that. But I think it could really blow up. Now, before we get into the first headline is Elon got in the building and said, you ain't got to go home, but you're going to have to get the heck up out of here to some of the top execs. But you're mentioning, what do you think about Elon and Twitter? And Elon maybe outside of Twitter. So there sounds like there's a difference there. Are you as hopeful for Elon outside of Twitter?
I have a huge question mark because of this Neuralink stuff. You already know how I feel about the Neuralink and transhumanism. So yeah. So that and plus I'm not sure if you know this, but Elon, he has some ancestral ties to people in the committee of I'm not going to say the number, but you know which number I'm saying, because I'm just trying to avoid the YouTube algorithm.
I didn't know that until you told me.
Yep, it's true. Though.
I did, yeah.
He has ancestors that tie back into the committee of you know what.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. And if you're just joining, it's RayStudios right here, special guest representing Halloween, Elon Musk.
Yep. And hopefully, if Alex Jones is allowed back on Twitter, he can actually stream InfoWars stuff on Twitter. Can you imagine if he does that? If he's allowed back on? Can you imagine?
Let's get that. Let's get it. I love InfoWars. If you don't know, really, all he does now is basically reads headlines, right? I mean, he's the best. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, he's not really saying anything outrageous. He doesn't really play around like the lizard stuff. He doesn't really do that stuff anymore too much. But you still listen to InfoWars, right?
Oh, I still listen to InfoWars, and like a lot of my stuff I do now is actually modeled after InfoWars, really. Like if you watch some of my shows sometimes, I don't know if you still watch it that much, but what I do is most of the time I just read headlines. That's what I do most of the time.
Yeah, I would say if you sub up to RayStudios, click on his name in the YouTube video. I might just go to YouTube here while we're talking to make sure we get your channel in the chat. I would. No, go ahead.
I'm trying to get to over 100 subscribers. That's what my goal is. Try to do.
Let's get our boy Ray over 100 subscribers. Just had a great interview with Black Pegasus. Man, that was dope. So before we get even into the Elon stuff, break that down. Black Pegasus, friend of show, his channel is blowing up like crazy. He had Tech 9 on there, and man, it's dope. How did that discussion go?
It went great, man. Really great. You told me who he was, and I started watching some of his stuff, and I was like, man, this guy's actually really knowledgeable, and I want to get an interview with him, and it went great. Me and him agree on a whole lot of stuff. The thing is, he's actually maybe a little more moderate than you are now, in my opinion. A little more. He said he said he became full on red pill, then he's going back to the middle. I think he's actually more middle and more moderate than you are, actually. That's just my view on it.
He might be. I think I've become more radical, if you want to call it that. No, really. I started watching him. He was doing his videos kind of like in his bedroom, I think he was at first. And then he started doing the studio. And man, to see him, he's putting work in and grinding. And you know what? I don't know if you saw Tom McDonald shouted him out.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
That was dope. Yeah, that's respect, man. That's some, if you don't know, Tom McDonald's, pretty big rapper, independent artist. But let's get into the Elon stuff, Ray. For headline, let's go through this, man. Just like this just for the heads up, shout out to GB and everybody else in the chat. This might not be, I don't swear that much on here, but this one might have a little bit of other stuff in it. Who knows? I'm just heads up warning. But no, right now I'm just going to show the article. So let me go and pull up this article. The thing that really just got me kind of amped was, now that he's taken over, now I want to see what's going to happen. What's really happening? Is he going to let people come in? So Ray, let's say you get the crib that you want in Florida. Say you buy a crib in Florida. Yeah. What's one of the first things you might do when you move into the crib?
That is a lot. That's really interesting, man. Of course I would modify it the way I want to. That's pretty obvious. The first thing. But what I would probably the first thing I would do, I would try to set up a studio, like remodify the studio. Like me, I'm just in my spare bedroom. That I probably have a spare bedroom down there. But like I said, if you come down too, I was trying to convince you and Carlos and I, maybe we can rent a building out and just have a studio be in there, something like that. So we can up the production, basically run like a mini company.
So if you go to Florida, you get a crib, you have a vision for how you want to set it up, you want to gut it or clean it out. That's exactly what's happening with Elon Musk. That's what I wanted to see. So did he buy it? And is he going to be able to do what he wants to do? This isn't proof yet, but this is a very good sign. Elon Musk owns Twitter officially now. All these outlets are reporting it. And what I saw here was he told 4 of the top people in the company to get out.
That part I was not aware of.
Yes. So let me read this part of this. This is political right here. His first move was to fire 4 top executives, according to reports Thursday night, including CEO Parag Agrawal and legal chief. These are the ones that I'm really aware of. and familiar with, Vijaya Gotti. Vijaya Gotti, fame from the Tim Pool interview. Gone. Get out of here. You're done. It's over. Pack up and get out. That's what happened.
I wish I could have been there to just see it. I wish I could have just seen Elon tell them that. I wish I could have been.
Yep. Elon tweeted. He's gonna be. Everybody's acting a fool on Twitter right now. The bird is free via Elon Musk. It's official. He jokes. Everything has to be a joke with him. So just get used to that.
Yeah.
A meme or a joke. But when he jokes about it, he's actually serious.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time. And so when you see stuff like that, it's not like just a laughing matter. He really means that it's free.
Hold your ground like a Ukrainian. That's actually funny.
So Ray, he's coming in, he's wrecking shop. Now you don't use Twitter that much. You have a Twitter account, right?
Yes, I do.
But so what do you think? How does it change your approach? And I'll look at the chat too for anybody. How does it change your approach? Are you going to be jumping onto Twitter now? We're here.
I might be tweeting a little more out. I might be. Most of the stuff I do, I just retweet stuff and because like I follow a couple religious things on there, and I just like retweet those and amen because like I told you, I've been becoming more and more religious, so I've been following a lot more stuff like that too. So, but because of this, I may actually start tweeting a lot more out of there, a lot more.
I highly recommend it to tweet out of there and use it more. School the World said, I want my Twitter account back. I had 5,500 followers. Pretty good account. I mean, it takes a while to get that many followers. I don't know how this is going to work. We'll have to see.
Yeah. And ever since the news broke out, because I was at work today, since the news broke, I kept going back and forth looking I'm trying to look up real Donald Trump just to see if he was let back on yet. That's all I was doing all day.
Okay, so I did see a rumor. Let me look it up to see, because I don't want to be the one kind of spreading stuff. Like, I want to spread what somebody else was spreading. I don't want to be the one originating the spread. But I thought I saw a rumor that something about Trump. I'm looking to see if I can find it. Did you hear anything? I know you said you were at work.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything. I just kept going back and forth, looking up the account on Twitter. That's all I was doing.
Yep. So I'm going to Breaking 911 on Twitter right now. I thought I saw it. It came through Telegram. But I'm looking at Twitter to see. Okay. Well, I'll say it anyway. I saw something that came through on Telegram for me. I get so many alerts because I'm subbed to all these news stuff. And
his account is still suspended.
Yeah. Everything's still suspended. Nobody's back yet. But I heard a rumor that there is something in the works. I'm on my Telegram right now on my phone. I apologize. I saw it come through, and I want to double check. Yeah. It's about Trump. And Breaking 911 is actually a great Twitter account. So I do hold what they say in pretty high regard. I've never seen them off from when I've followed them. So I don't see it quickly. So I'll have to double check to find it. I'm going to double check and see. But let's look at Trump. Trump said he's not going to come back. A while back he said that. Did you hear that? No,
I'm aware of that.
Yeah, he said something to the effect of he doesn't want to be back or whatever because he's got his own truth thing. Do you believe that?
Well, I think he would be using truth more though, by far more. But I think he would be. There's no way he would refuse to not post on Twitter. There's no way he would. But even if he decided not to use it, I think Elon could still unban him and just leave the account open, just so people can at least look at the stuff he did tweet before. At least that.
Yep, I agree with that. And right now, Washington, they're shook. You look at this political article they're talking about with Musk's takeover. Yeah. It could have huge implications. What an October surprise if that were to happen. And my take on it is Trump, if he's let back on Twitter, there are people who use Twitter now who hate Twitter. They absolutely hate it. I will say Tim Pool, and just my opinion and how he uses Twitter. He uses Twitter because you can reach people, but I don't think he likes the platform. Eric July. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. Eric July has, I don't think he likes Twitter, but he uses it for his purposes as a tool. Yeah. And I think Donald Trump would be the same thing. Donald Trump's one of the greatest marketers ever. He would use Twitter somehow to get people to truth, in my opinion.
Yeah. Did you see what Carlos put on Facebook today? That thing about Elon, that article that someone wrote about how Elon Musk thing is dangerous for free speech and stuff like that, for letting unprecedented speech take place. Yeah.
No, I actually didn't see that. I mean, I've heard like people saying that.
I got it up right here.
Oh,
this thing right here says from the Pacific. It says Musk's Twitter takeover threatens our democracy with unrestricted speech. Right there, like free speech threatens our democracy. For real? Do you really think we're that stupid? Are you really that desperate? Really?
The Democrats, I actually recorded a video, but it was just whack, so I deleted it. But the Democrats are so bad that all you have to do is say, I believe in free speech, and like I'm cozying up to you. You don't have to do anything at this point. And what I think that means, Ray, I think that we're looking at a dying political party. I really think that the Democratic Party is not going to exist. I don't know when or how long it's going to take. But when you see Fetterman, you see their reaction to Elon. They started this new, I don't know who started it, but it's like Democrat-leaning tribal social. What do you think I'm going too far with that? What do you think?
You might be, because like the AOCs of the world are still the future of the Democratic Party. Now, if that party could be destroyed and like they would just create a socialist party, because like there's a lot of younger people today that are into socialism. And they would be happy to go to a party called the Socialist Party. For all we know, that could happen. But right now, I think at the moment, I think you might be going a little too far with that. In my view, I still don't buy that part.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it, and you know who got me to think that way? I think it was Bannon, the way that he was talking about it. And you look at the desperation here. That's where I think. But was it GB in the chat was talking about how funny Trump was? I saw this video today earlier of Trump playing golf.
Yeah.
So he just swings the golf club here.
I can't.
Okay. So it's low. You can't hear it. But Trump swings the golf club. Has a nice swing here, especially for his that's a nice swing. Looks smooth. The shot looks good. He walks off. He has that swag like Obama, and he's trash talking Biden. He's like, "You think Biden could do that? You think Biden could do that?" And he just walks off like a
Jay's in the chat. Jay is in the chat, man. Hey, Jay.
Jay, what's good, man?
Yeah. Hey, Jay. Me and you still got to do that show because I haven't heard back from you in a while. Me and you still got to do a collab.
No spoon. Yes, sir. Che, another great man. Che has the best takes on Kanye, period, out there that I've heard from the No Spoon podcast and Broken Traditions on there. Dope. I've seen them on there. Great stuff. Thanks for stopping by. I got to do a video. Che released, go to his channel, sub to that. He released
I'm sub to him.
Yeah, good. He released a promo about the reform group that he does for people who come out of prison to like help them. And it was just beautiful. And I'm going to do a video where I tie that into Biden actually had someone. I don't know if you saw him. This is a little off topic, Elon, but I don't know if if you saw him, Biden had the guy who was wrongly imprisoned for like 23 years at the same summit that he had Dylan Mulvaney at. But that part was good when he was on there talking about, hey, I was wrongly imprisoned, but then he was talking about how to reacclimate back to society, and that's basically what Che's doing. So thanks for stopping by. What do you think about Elon? I'm curious to see if you can stop by, man. If you could put in the chat or whatever. I can throw you...
Or if you want to, throw Che into this stream right here if you want to.
I'll throw him the link. If you got time.
Yeah. Che, if you have time, you should come into this. I'd like to hear from you.
Absolutely. And you don't even have to come for long if you have. I don't know if he's hooked up to his,
You don't even need to do that. Just grab your phone out and talk for a minute or two, because I'd like to hear what your opinion on this is.
Yeah, I'll just throw it out to him just in case.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to do for the election live. I'm just going to throw the link out to whoever wants it. I'm going to do a live for election. I'll tell you about it.
Oh no, I was actually going to ask you if I could come on to do that show too with you guys.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna.
I can't risk doing. I can't risk doing talking about the midterms on my show. I can't risk that for mine. I just can't.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, the elections are tough, especially when you get all these strikes and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, the bird is free. Yeah, I'm retweeting that. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, he's at work right now, so
okay.
Yeah.
He won't be okay. But cool. Thanks for stopping by, man. Here's the next thing. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Che, send me a thing on Twitter so that me and you could set it up when to do do a show, because I really want to do one with you, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think the next thing that I'm watching with Elon is when is he going to get into the algorithm? I called the algorithm the same thing as like the Eye of Sauron. It is the all-knowing, all-being. If you are really in control of a platform, then you are going to be in control of the algorithm. And there was a news story. Elon Musk sent Tesla employees into Twitter headquarters, to my knowledge, to go in and start taking a look at things. They stopped Twitter. This is serious stuff. They stopped current Twitter employees as of noon Thursday from being able to edit the code.
Wow.
And then now,
interesting.
Yep. Yeah. So then now Elon's got to bring in his people that he trusts from Tesla. He can't trust anybody over there. There's ex-CIA, ex-FBI, all throughout there. So let me bring up this article here just to show. This is a big development for me because I don't think he really has the platform until I know he has the algorithm. And here you go. Tesla engineers visit Twitter office to meet product leads, review code. Whoa. That's the whole thing. The code is everything.
I hear something. If I were Elon, this is the first thing I would do. Actually, maybe it's between this and let Trump back on, reinstate Trump immediately. It's between this one, or it's between that, or making the algorithm public, releasing it. It's between one of those two things. If I would do if I were Elon, the first thing I would do.
Yep. So this one might take a while because he's got to first understand what's happening. He has to have full command before he lets anything out there. He's probably going to look at it and say, I need to know, what is it doing? What's going on? Is there any type of concern about letting this out? All that kind of stuff. So for me, Elon Musk moves fast. I am, I follow Elon a lot. He moves fast. His deadlines are aggressive. I'm going to expect the longest I'm giving Elon for Trump to be reinstated, whether Trump uses the account or not, is a week. I'm really expecting it Monday. I'm expecting Monday. Laura Loomer, Trump, Naomi Wolf, all of them were banned. Like Malone was banned. All of them, Jones, all of them back by
David
Monday.
Icke.
Yeah, by Monday but I'll give him a week. I'll give him a week that we should start seeing Babylon B. We should start seeing everyone, School the World. We should start seeing everyone back on Twitter that's just me. I'm not getting that from any news source. I'm expecting in a week if it takes, because that's easy to do. Here's the part that I have a hesitation. I don't know if he will need to change the terms of service. I don't think he does to let them back on. But what do you think?
That's debatable. It depends on the way you look at it. Then again, Twitter has so vague rules that literally anything can be interpreted as breaking the rules, though. So maybe he would have to change it. I'm not an expert in that. if you can bring up the terms of service, we can read them right here. Because maybe we can find something or not in with it.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to bring it up and read it. I didn't know if you had a take on that. I don't think he has to change them, but
I wouldn't.
Yeah, it might be something he's thinking about, is changing them first before because you could, if he keeps them the same, you're going to bring on people who are not, they're not going to be playing. These are not people who like rules and just abide by them. So you're going to see people potentially break the rules that are there, and then you'll see the NPC leftist type try to say, oh, you broke the rules. That's what I would expect.
But then again, Trump was banned even though he never broke any rules, because he never called for any violence whatsoever. Even though we can't say what he said in that video that he posted, but we'll just leave it at that. He didn't call for any violence or anything like that. We'll just leave it at that.
Yep. Man, yeah. Twitter is wild right now. Twitter is wild, y'all. Twitter is wild.
I wish I had some popcorn right now. I wish I had some popcorn.
I can't even show. I don't think I can show on YouTube what's happening on Twitter yet. So what's happening on Twitter? Let me give y'all some insight. People are testing the free speech. They're like, okay, is it free speech now? And they bringing up everything that they wanted to say. Yeah. It's all coming out. And you know what, Ray? I think we're going to be a better, it's only a small percentage of people obviously on Twitter, but I think we're going to be a better country for that. Just let it all out. You'll feel better. Don't you feel better when you get all that anger, that angst, all that stuff out?
Oh yeah, I feel a whole lot better. I'm just the fact that I can actually say what I want to. It makes me feel good. I'm not if you break a law or something like that, you should probably not be allowed to be, in my opinion. As long as you're not doing anything illegal, you should be allowed to post whatever you want.
Yes, Twitter is crazy. There's one tweet here where somebody said, "This is." Can I even say this one? I'm gonna skip that one.
Just post it in the private chat. I want to see what it is. Put it in the private chat.
Okay. I'll copy it and post it in the private chat. So what they're testing is they're saying that Elon Musk does things, for example, and it's not true, but I'll put it in the chat. So somebody said Elon Musk does this thing with farm animals. And,
No, God, no.
No, it is. It's lit. Twitter's lit, y'all. Twitter's lit. It's
you gotta put it in the private chat. I gotta see
I'll put it in the private chat. Twitter's lit, y'all. It's already happening. It's already going down, yo. Oh my goodness. They are acting a fool.
Are we going DEFCON 3 yet? Man, Jay, you're hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of like what it was. It's funny. You see it in the private chat.
I kind of figured that's what you were saying anyway.
Yeah, somebody said that, and then in parentheses they said, "I'm just trying to test the waters out." And I'm kind of.
Well, then again, I'm curious with Cenk Yanger's comment that he made years ago with that. Then you saw his comment that he made.
Yes, I did see that from years ago. Yep. So here's the thing. It's all coming to together. Fruition right now. Yes, it's all coming. Somebody said they said F Biden, FZ, the president of the sunflower country, and their money laundering scam. Man, that people are testing it. Tim Pool, I can show this one. Tim Pool on the show today. They wait, what? Whoa.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Tim Pool on the show today. They were toasting to a $4,500 bottle of I don't know what it was. But they're all toasting here. $4,500 bottle of Louis cognac.
Well, I have some Diet Coke right here. I wish I had something with sugar I could drink right here. But but we'll just toast right here. Diet Coke is pretty stupid, but here, toasting.
It's a toast, man. I got tea. Yep. We're gonna do a real toast. I think I don't know when that's gonna happen. If If he makes if Trump comes on, it's
oh yeah.
If Trump is back on, then it's toast time. That's for sure.
Or if we win the midterms too, we will toast to that.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot of wins happening here. With Tim Pool, Jack Posobiec, Luke Rakowski, and then Alex, what's his name? Brucevic. He's a funny dude. That's them toasting tonight on the show.
Yeah, man. Who is the guest on that show today?
His name is Alex Brucewitz, and I don't know him that well. I only know him from the Tim Pool show, but he's a funny dude, and he runs this strategic company, I think, for mostly America First type candidates. Here's his profile right here.
Hey, Reen, post that on Twitter. I think you could probably say that now. Post that. That's hilarious.
Oh, I'm not even in the chat. What was the?
I'm telling. I think I'm going to post that now, just as a joke. I got to on Twitter.
Okay,
Black Pegasus, man, you're in here
Black
too.
Pegasus, what's up? Yeah, everybody coming through.
Hey, if he's available, send him the link too.
If you're available, you can hop on. We're acting a fool, yeah. But thanks for stopping by. Yeah, see, even Black Pegasus was out here giving Che props on his Kanye. His Kanye stuff is dope, man. I really like his takes there. Metaopoly saw what I saw. That's what I saw. I didn't know it was from Dinesh D'Souza, though. So Dinesh, according to Metalopoly, he saw Dinesh D'Souza's tweeted out a supposed statement from Trump that he said his account would be reactivated Monday. We don't know if it's legit, but that's what I saw that I couldn't find on my phone.
Yeah.
Whoa, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna be on for a bit, Pegasus. Like, if you're available, come on. I'd like to get all three of us together.
Oh yeah, anytime. Yeah, if you want to, we'll be on for a minute. This is, if you haven't been on Twitter yet, Black, it's crazy on there. We're gonna be on here for a minute. It's crazy on Twitter right now. Yeah, everybody's testing the boundaries, like little kids.
I just posted that on Twitter. You gotta see it.
Oh, did you post on Twitter?
Yeah, I just now did. Check it out.
Everybody's trying to figure out how to get banned now.
Yeah, you just check my channel out, my page out.
Oh my goodness.
I just now did. Literally, just now did. I don't think you follow me on Twitter though.
Yeah, I follow you on Twitter.
No, I don't.
No.
I don't think so, actually.
Really? What's your handle?
Yeah.
Wait, what's your handle on Twitter?
At RayStudios.
Why would I?
Right down there.
Oh yeah, I don't follow you. Oh, did you change your Twitter or something?
No, that's the same Twitter I have.
Wow, I follow thousands. I thought I followed you.
Yeah.
And we can do some more moon stuff on there because YouTube does not like the moon stuff.
Oh, no,
even though they didn't. You said what?
I said, oh no, they do not.
Yeah, they left the other one still up that we did, one segment, but they do not like the moon stuff. But yeah, my 6-year-old son, he's getting more into the universe and planets and all that stuff and solar system. And he was asking me, like, is the Earth flat? And I was like, no.
Oh my God.
No, but he just, I was like, no, there's no, absolutely not.
Yeah. I'm going to start posting a lot of goofy stuff now on Twitter. I'm going to.
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jay, we're going to be on here for a bit. We're still going to be here in 30 minutes. Yeah, you can come on.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we can get me, you, Jay, and Pegasus on.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, if you can come on right now, I'm Pegasus. If you can come on right now, come on. Yep. I want all of us to get together, do something.
Yep. You can. I throw my email in the chat just in case, so you can reach out.
Oh, before. Oh, Osiris, where are you at, man? That's weird. But yeah,
I dropped. My bad. I accidentally went back on my browser. I dropped.
Okay. Yeah. You see this down here in the screen? I want that what I have. Like I'm down here, like in the president. I want to show everyone this first.
What's that?
You see the bottom screen right here. Pull it up here. I want to show everyone
okay.
this.
Oh yeah.
This right here, I called this. This is all me. This is all of us. Like this is a promotional poster I basically made for like when we take our trip down to Florida. Right down, right. You see this?
Yep.
This is Carlos. This is Sal. This is Adam, Osiris, and me. Basically, I just made this something in Photoshop called Patriots of Florida, coming January 2023. Basically, it's because like we're all going to be getting together and do podcasts in person, so we're just going to go and have fun. I just did it as a joke, and Adam does not like that I put that photo of him. He does not like that. That's one of my because that photo of Adam right there is the cover photo of one of the episodes he came on my show, and he was mad about that. I did it to just mess with him, and like when I sent him this image, and he says, "Why that image, man?" And like I told him, I had no choice. It was too funny. So yeah. But like Adam said, he's gonna try to get down there in January. He's gonna probably be down in Florida.
Nice, yes, and who knows what could change? I mean, things are changing so quickly. I'm going to be doing a live for the election. My wife was like, "Well, what's going on with the election and all that?" I was like, I think there's going to be something outside the election that could happen because I've been looking at. I think Jack Posovic actually tweeted this about things that have happened on the 8th of each month. Have you seen that? You've seen that?
What again?
So if you look back over the last few months, something has happened on the 8th every single month.
I'm not aware of anything that happened on each eighth of the month. I'm not aware of that part.
Just for the last few months. And it's weird kind of leading up to one of these. This is obviously the most contentious midterm, and I guess the next one will be the most contentious. It's always the most contentious, but it is what it is. It is the most contentious midterm ever. And I think he posted that I think it was October 8th, September 8th. I'm looking to see if I could find it. Okay, yeah, here is it. Okay, here it is. Let me share this. No, okay. There's nothing. This is completely superstition. Nothing. Factual here, but it's a pattern. I don't know if the pattern means anything or not, but it's definitely a pattern. The eighth day of the month. This is from Julian's Rum. I don't even know who that is. That looks like Getter, I think. The 8th day of the month has been interesting as of late. Shinzo Abe assassinated July 8th. Mar-a-Lago raided by the FBI August 8th. Queen Elizabeth dies, which, September 8th. And then October 8th, I forget what happened October 8th. I don't know if anything happened October 8th. And then November 8th, the midterms.
Yeah. Oh, and Metalopoly, that is a great comment. I forgot to tell Osiris this. You remember when the AOC was at that town hall and basically everyone was handling her?
Absolutely.
Adam was at that event and he was doing it live on his show.
He was at the town hall in New York?
Yeah, I'll grab it right here. Give me a second. I'll pull it up.
Wow.
Yeah, Adam, he has the strike on his channel for a video he actually deleted, so he can't post for a week.
Yeah.
But this weekend, like on Sunday, I want to see if I can get you and him on, both of you guys.
Yeah, for any creators out there, while you pull that up, you do not want to. I learned this lesson the hard way also. You do not want to delete your video if you get a strike. Do not delete it. It doesn't make sense, but don't delete it. I got a strike leading up to J6. You have it?
Yeah, I got it. I got it right here. You can pull it up.
Okay. Wow.
This is so simple. All she has to do is talk to her, talk to Tina.
Yeah. Pegasus just emailed you, man.
Oh, okay.
Why? Why did you send all that money to the Ukraine? You go in and ask her that question. Why did you send that money to Ukraine? $80 billion. I think it was $80 billion. My son's a Marine.
How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you? They took
Good. I love
his
your hat.
boots back. They gave him new boots. Oh boy, ask her what she's doing about fentanyl.
Wow.
My ex-wife needs to know. I got.
You know he's in New York right now, so. But because he moves around a lot, so he said he's going to be back and probably be back in Florida by the time our
the
trip
Boys and
happens.
Girls Club here in Astoria, Queens, and AOC is going to be giving some kind of town hall, and we're going to be able to ask some questions. And there's a lot of MAGA in here. I know for a fact. I know some of these people. So this is pretty exciting. Let's see what happens. And as always, God bless Trump. Let's get into it. She's almost 3.
I knew that she was a little young, but all right.
Patriots.
Oh, that's the woman in the video.
This is making my
Yep.
day.
You're spoiling them.
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Adam has service dogs, so yeah.
This year we went through redistricting, which is a process that happens throughout the entire country once every 10 years after the census. And
is that how it goes? No, you're just talking nonsense. You're not answering questions. So if I don't have butt sex, I can't have a place to live. Oh my God.
You subscribed to Adam yet, Osiris?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'll send you the link to his channel so you can subscribe to him.
Yeah, for sure. This is crazy.
Yeah, I'll still play that. Give me 1 second. I'll go.
This is great video. Yeah, great footage.
Yeah, there's actually some footage that actually caught him, but it was just a glimpse of him, though.
We've been sitting here for an hour and she's not answering anything.
She's answering things. I don't know what you're hearing.
Yeah, because you're friends with him on Facebook, so yeah.
Yeah.
You reached out to him yet?
No.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
Because we all need to stick together.
Yep.
The wild crime that's going on, the woman that was stabbed 20 times, that was a 9/11 FDNY worker. This is insanity. The boy that was stabbed, the black boy that was stabbed on the train platform in Rockaway,
in the private chat.
the black boy that was stabbed in Staten Island.
Wow.
Every single day.
Mm-hmm.
The steel worker that was stabbed, killed. There's 9 killings on the train. This is all wonderful what you're talking about. Affordable housing. That's all wonderful, but I'm going to give it to you on the real. People are leaving New York City if you don't bring crime under control. And I know you are all for defunding the police.
Yes.
You've done it.
Yes, you
You said Bill de Blasio's $1 million wasn't enough. You backed Maya Wiley, which was the most radical mayoral candidate in this election. Okay? What is up? What is up? What is up? Now, I'm going to tell you something. Thank you. I'm leaving. I'm going to end with this.
He just wants to date AOC.
I'm going to end. The people will not come blind. We, the people, will not come blind. We, the people, will not come blind.
Adam is the boss for doing this.
Yeah.
I'm going to end with this.
Here it is.
We're just having fun right now.
One second.
You gotta let me post some of this on my channel, man.
Yeah, of course.
Please help us for the next summer.
This is what she actually got. Let's go.
You gotta go. AOC's gotta go.
AOC's gotta go.
AOC's gotta
Got to go. AOC has got to go.
AOC's gotta go.
Got to go. Let's go.
You guys banging on the drum too. I wish I could have been here because this would have been hilarious.
This is live. Yeah. They're getting hyped. Wow. Oh. She's not the one.
Yep.
She's not the one to mess with right now.
Oh, yeah.
This is free speech. Free speech. Everyone gets to talk.
Whoa.
Yep. It got ugly, man. It got ugly.
You're disgraceful. You are disgraceful, AOC. You're a communist. You hate our President Trump. You talk about nonsense.
Adam's also going to be speaking at a political event in the next few weeks, too.
Who is Adam?
He's going to be speaking at some political event, Republican event in a few weeks, too. That's what he told me.
Let's answer the question. Tell your boss that the U.S. failed.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me. First Amendment!
Was it Alex Stein who said AOC was his favorite big booty Latina or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Everyone here. This is a boys and girls club. This is a student and family facility. If this will continue, I will ask you to step outside or you will be escorted out. Again.
Free speech.
Again. Excuse me. I've said it once.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh. We got a bigger Colin Kaepernick too. We got a little bigger Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, but is that Black Pegasus? Black Pegasus is...
What?
Black Pegasus joined. Let me holler at him, make sure he's...
Where is he?
Listen, hello. All we ask is for a little respect and a little common courtesy. I understand.
I want respect. No, I'm not going nowhere. What are you doing? Without SRG. Go call SRG.
Yeah.
You defund the police. Call the NYPD. Hey, right there. Right there. Excuse me, everyone. This is a listening forum for the community, okay? So let's be respectful.
Look at the way she has the legs crossed.
So then the lights go out at some point.
Adam also introduced some people outside too right after that.
We're ready to continue. That's disgraceful. You won't back the
Pegasus coming in.
I chatted. I didn't want to bring him in until he's ready. Is he? Let me see.
Okay.
So I put it in the private chat.
Okay.
Yeah. If I can please have some attention and order here. We will continue.
There he is. Hey, man.
Okay, can you pause it? You can pause it. Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Good. How y'all doing?
We're doing great.
Hell yeah.
Real good, man.
Yeah.
Why does it look like that? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that's better.
What's up? If you don't know, special guest, thank you for stopping by. This was not planned. Black Pegasus, one of the hottest YouTube channels that I'm following right now. What's up?
What's good, y'all, man? This is dope. It's funny because typically, so like my setup is like 10 minutes from my house because like I have an office where our recording studio's at. So I built this in my office. And y'all like, yo, you want to jump on? I was like, man, I can't. I was like, because my wife's out of town. I was like, yo, this is perfect. Let's go. Guys' night out.
I'm just like you. The reason why I have to stream so late, I got to get the kids to bed, say goodnight to the wife, do all, and then now I go do my thing. But man, I followed you. Like, you don't do those videos in your bedroom anymore, right? Was it in your bedroom or?
Yeah, it was in my basement. I'd always call it the bunker. Yeah, I got this thing, this iRig where I could connect my Shure mic to my phone, and I did everything from my phone. I'd edit from it. Wow. But then me and Don got equipment, and we built our studio in Denver. And then now I've been able to build one in Springs. So now I'm able to really pump out the content.
See, Black, I'm going to be one of those people that's going to be like, when you get like 1 million subs or whatever, I'm going to be like, I followed him when he had like 15,000.
Yeah, I'll bring you on, bro. Let's get it. You know
but wait, now that you jumped on, did you get to see any of that AOC footage from Adam there? I don't know if you got to.
Right here, let's bring it back on.
Let's play a little bit, and then we'll get your take on it. AOC, this is footage from when. Oh, go ahead.
Because when AOC, remember, like Pegasus, remember when AOC was being heckled at that town hall right there?
Yeah.
Like, one of our buddies, Adam, he has his own channel. He was there and he was filming it.
Oh, okay. So that's what we're watching. It seemed like. Yep. From what I was hearing and seeing, it just seems like there's finally some pushback for the whole defund the police and how violent New York and I mean even LA is super crazy right now.
Yeah, we can play more of it.
Well, actually, let me bring up this article real quick. I'm not going to read too much of it, but I saw this the other day. That the amount of people getting pushed in the subway in New York is insane. Like, this stuff isn't like, I think. Sometimes the media, to me, makes it sound like you're just making this stuff up, like over exaggerating. I don't live in New York, but if you look at it, they said subway shoves in NYC exceed number of incidents compared to last year. So they are looking at a total of 22 people have been shoved in the subway system as of October 16th. Another 3 subway attacks have occurred since then. And so these are people who are literally just getting pushed while they're waiting for the subway. It's insane.
Yeah.
And then we have people dressed in Chucky costumes messing with people on the subway too.
Well, what's crazy is because of the pandemic and the isolation, we're going to be dealing with higher rates of mental health issues. So to do things like policies like defund the police in the height of mental health issues, also economy, right? People, the lack of having money and being desperate, that increases mental health issues. So it's just like everything they did for the pandemic has set us back because it's like, oh, put money in Ukraine instead of get us right over here. Oh, like defund the police when there's going to be a spike in mental health issues and stuff like that. So yeah, man. And still the police we do have are still going to be less trained because they've defunded them. So it's just like the little bit of, police we do have, and sometimes I'll take the Michael Malice route with like the Popo. Like I rock with the Popo because they're good folks. But at the end of the day, when it started being time to like enforce certain things, if you're not like a constitutional police officer, they coming for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this weird balance you got to keep. And what's crazy, I do jujitsu, so I train with really good police officers, really good guys in our community. But at the same time, I just know when it's time to enforce governmental things or state policy or mayoral policies, like sometimes the popo come in and have to do that. And it is what it is. That's when they have a choice to make. And some of them didn't make the right choice during this pandemic, in my opinion.
Yeah. Jay's ready for the link to be sent, Osiris. He just commented.
Oh, dope.
We can get all 4 of us together.
Absolutely. And let me so if you don't know Michael Malice, Black Pegasus, somebody who really kind of red pilled me in part was Michael Malice. His take is he would rather have private security reporting to neighborhoods than the police who report to the government. And that's a fundamental problem with the police. I think, isn't that what you're talking about, Black? They ultimately report to the government.
Yeah. And yeah, for the most part. Now, I don't go as far as his whole anarchist stance, but like he makes some good points. And when I heard him say that, I was like, that's interesting. And like I said, I don't have all the answers. I just know that police do more good than they do bad. And, it's crazy because the thing that, like, I understand it because there are corrupt like precincts, like where the whole like you've seen the documentaries on it where you're like, bro, what? But that's just with anything, human nature, but at the end of the day, like I've had issues where my incidents with the popo has always been 50-50 great experience, and then 50-50 I kind of got profiled or whatever happened here. But like I'll keep it real, back in the day when I first built my studio, a crackhead broke in and stole some stuff. And it's like, you called them, they pulled up quick. We actually got it kind of solved. We still lost some equipment in the routing, but it was like, what am I going to do? Just load up the clip and roll around to like, like, that's not my job, bro. You know what I mean?
What if we, the people, actually start forming our own little police units in neighborhoods where like there's not much police? Like actually have people start forming their own little militias and just walking through their neighborhoods patrolling. I suggest that.
That's what's interesting. Ever since social media, that's kind of, it's like you don't even know your neighbors, because there was Neighborhood Watch in New York. There was the Guardian Angels. My dad's from from Harlem, so like when we'd go out there, you'd see this stuff. The Guardian Angels patrolling, making sure people weren't getting effed up, and they didn't have guns, but they would just be out, and people like, oh, there's the Guardian Angels,
Yep. And there's a famous clip from when the pandemic was happening and that thing happened at Carmine's in New York, where Black Lives Matter was actually going after the Guardian Angels. Like they're a peaceful, like neighborhood watch type group. They're yelling in their face and going after them. When you look at it though, I'm open to, and I think Black is too, I'm not going to speak for you, but I think you would agree that you're open to some type of reform. I'm not even coming from some type of radical police have to rule everything standpoint. The problem where these Democrats or leftists have gotten is that they haven't set a boundary on it. They haven't said, well, we want cashless bail, but we don't want craziness. I think that's the problem.
And that's, like I look at it like, look, man, certain things you got to go hard. Like I think the whole system needs to be kind of rebooted, right? Like obvious violent offenders, like there's certain things that should definitely get the time, but also the reform, right, for nonviolent offenders, drug offenders. It's like, when you get out, like you can't even get an apartment. Like, are we going to really set people up to put their best foot forward? Or are we just recycling them into this system? So, I mean, there's a balance to be kept. And with the cops, I just think it's simple. It's like people just want accountability when someone does wow out and it's pretty obvious. But then it's like this polarizing stuff where they'll lie to us. Like, what was it? Was it the Michael Brown joint where everyone was like, hands up. But he was actually the aggressor. It's just like stuff like that. But then someone like me calls that out, and all of a sudden it's like, blah, 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 you're tap dancing. It's like, I'm just trying to call it how I see it,
the way I look at it, I think you're actually trying to help the cause. Like you can't be lying and think that's going to help your cause. Yeah. So you've got to have some credibility. You've got to have truth behind it. Ray, you talked about private security. They already doing it in Chicago. With wealthy neighborhoods turning to armed private security, questions raised about accountability. So you can defund whatever you want to do, but people who have money, they will stay protected. Period.
Well,
that is not going to change.
Well, I was actually suggesting like neighbors, like that live in the same neighborhood, like they get together and like do their own little patrolling thing to like keep their neighborhood safe instead of just hiring their own like private security. Because guess what? We have the Second Amendment, the right to keep and bear arms. So guess what? There's nothing in the Constitution that says people can't be their own security or patrolling. There's nothing that says they can't do that. So I suggest people do that more because the police are being severely defunded, and plus a lot of officers are quitting and leaving the force. So who's going to be?
Oh, your voice. I think your mic went out, but yeah, while he resets his mic, that's why I think you've got to move to an area with like-minded people, and you got to really know where you're living. Because I don't know how in New York, I don't know the laws and how they roll out there. They're a lot.
Sorry
different.
about that.
Oh no, you're good.
Yeah, it's about building community, and because like I don't know what you guys think. I don't want to go too deep on that subject, the Ahmaud Arbery, thing.
Oh yeah,
it's like when you go like let's just keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like their approach was off, and so when you have like a neighborhood watch or like even like little militias, they have to be on point and having community. Like I'm not going to go here nor there with that case specifically, but me personally, being a martial artist, like I would have approached that way differently, and it wouldn't have ended in bloodshed from everything that I saw. And that's the other thing when you're dealing with people who don't have experience with dealing with these type of issues, they slip up, they get scared, and that's why people end up getting killed. So like, there's a lot there, and this is why if we do, with the police, they need to be trained better, because a lot of the dudes like, see, I'm in Colorado Springs, so I'm in a military town. There's military everywhere, and all the vets just know how to handle themselves. Typically, there's some dudes who are off their rocker and stuff like that, but for the most part, they've been in live action. People who've been in live action treat live action differently than people who haven't. And then even, not every police officer has been in live action like that. They're in incidents, but like shooting back and forth, people like this stuff. I mean, you got to think most of this stuff is going to be more activity in bigger cities, so like, I think experience plays a big role. I mean, it's a big conversation, but I think, training is going to be helpful, and then trying to weed out the nonsense in the precincts, all the corruption and stuff like that. Cause it's just like anything else. When humans get power, there's always going to be a percentage of us that, try to do the right thing, but there's going to be a percentage who wow out with that power. And that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Let me throw this question out before you jump in, and maybe this will go with you. Okay. I'm throwing this out of left field. If you were AOC there, just pretend you were a real politician. You really you're a real populist. You're at that town hall, and the crowd is getting crazy wild. Is there anything that she could have done? Because I'm clowning her or whatever. What would you say? What would you do in that situation?
So talking about if I was her in that situation, I actually probably wouldn't even say anything. I would just be standing there just like her. Like if someone was just trying to attack me like that, pretty much by just yelling and doing stuff like that, which I actually think they had a complete right to do that. Cause like, guess what? There's a thing called the First Amendment. But I actually don't have much of a problem with her just sitting there doing nothing because I just found it to be funny and hilarious right there. So I wouldn't even say I've said a word. So yeah, that's just me.
Yeah, I don't blame. That might be the right play in that situation, but it's weird how
Shay's ready to come in. So, yeah.
Oh, yep, there we go. Let's see here. Wait, I lost him. Is he in there?
Oh, he said he's ready right here in the private chat.
Yeah, he was there. I think he just went. Okay, there he is. Okay. What's up, Black? Do you know Che? I saw you chat about the Kanye stuff.
So this is what's crazy. You guys were talking.
Hey, can you hear me? Because I can't hear anybody right now.
Oh shoot!
Can you hear us?
No, you can't hear.
Okay.
I don't know what seems to be.
Okay, let me chat. I'll bring him out for a second, then I'll chat with him here.
Okay. But yeah.
But yeah.
The best.
Black, you were saying you found out about Che?
So literally, I'll just be at home like emailing, and then I'll be playing stuff. And I seen you guys were on, so I was jumping back and forth from your guys' videos to some others. And then he popped in, and you said he had an excellent take on Kanye. So I just went to his channel and watched it. And I was like, yo, like, so mentally, like I was already on that same plane. I was like, yo, I feel like I totally got what Kanye was presenting. He just does it so reckless that people are, they're taking certain things and blowing it out of proportion.
Let me tell you, I still can't hear anybody.
Oh, sorry. Let me bring him out again.
But
yeah,
I watched that. I was like, the way they edited it to give you like, hey, here's Leo, or here's all these dudes. Cause like a lot of these dudes, like I forgot Jimmy Iovine. I know all these figures because this is my industry. So like when he started putting the pictures, and then at the end where Lior wasn't really taking accountability for who he signs, the way they edited it was like, yo, this is a really good take. I actually might react to that this week on my channel.
Yeah, it's dope. And when you think about it, it's kind of, we were talking about Elon. You look at it, Trump got Truth. Now Elon got Twitter, and then Ye got Parler. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, that's actually,
I don't, what do you think about that? Oh, we can hear now? What do you think about that trio? We'll bring in Che here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. Can you hear
Che?
me?
Yep, we can.
Yep, we got you. What's good?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, thank you guys for having me. I'm on my way home from work, so that's why I'm not in no studio or nothing. I don't know. You guys can even.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Wait. Are you driving?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, bro. Be safe, man.
No, we good.
Oh, thanks for joining. But we were just talking about AOC, and then I was going to throw this question out to Black Pegasus on what do you think about not just Elon buying Twitter, but Trump has Truth, Ye has Parler. What do you think about this whole thing? I'll throw it to you, Black, and then we'll see what Che thinks.
I think it's kind of obvious that everyone knows what social media is, and people are trying to, like, that's the power play. So they're trying to get in the game. Let's say the left, for lack of a better term, is so far ahead when it comes to control mechanisms on social media. People are starting to get in the game and wake up like, hey, I need part in this. In my opinion, what I think the play was is like, I think the play is like Elon, Trump, Ye, Andrew Tate, Joe Rogan all come together and do like, like a YouTube or something like that. Like that's what I think the real play is, But, Russell Brand, like all these people who are like, getting censored right now, but have a huge influence. And what's crazy is on YouTube, there's this kid, Steve Will Do It. He's from the Nelk Boys. And he's super cracking, like in that, like 16 to 21 age. He just got kicked off of YouTube for not real censorship, more like some gambling stuff. But it's like, anyways, and he's going to Rumble, promoting Rumble. And it's just like this revolution right now of influencers and people who have money. And it's just like, like that's the play, man, like getting into the big tech industry and shaking that mug up.
Y'all, I'm going to go to Che here in a second to get his take on the Elon, Ye, Trump. But Rumble's blowing up, man. If you are not, I think you got to get on. If you're a creator, you got to get on Twitter and Rumble right now. Let me throw it to you, Che. What do you think about Elon and Ye and from the social media, and Trump from the social media aspect?
I think this is more of a reflection of the people, because if you really look, like, you got to check out like a lot of like the smaller content creators that are on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all the different social media platforms, right? People are not going for the narrative. And I see it so many, especially with this Kanye situation. I've seen more people like come out and support Kanye. The only people that weren't were like the big celebrity types, the entertainment types, and those type of people. But everybody else, I'm seeing people like, no, he's right. He's right. You know what I mean? And so I think what it is more of a reflection of the people, because and that's what I think more than anything, what resonated with Kanye and his whole situation. It more reflected of what the people are saying. This is kind of like what we've all been thinking and we've all been saying amongst ourselves. And now it's just getting to the forefront. And you can already see that when certain people and certain outlets and certain platforms don't like it, then we know we're on the right track. I always say that all the time. When I base a lot of my opinions on who's agreeing with it and who's disagreeing with it, and you could tell me, and I can pretty much tell you from that, from that vantage point, what I'm saying, because a lot of times it's always the same people pushing the same things and the same narrative. So that's how I look at it. Like, this is more of a revolution from the ground up.
I agree. I think it is. It's Trump, Elon, and Ye trying to connect to people without having to go through the same ones that are against them. Ray, what do you think about that trio and their social media push?
I think Trump, Elon, and Kanye, they're going to become the social media's holy trinity. That's the way I view it. Because they're actually going to be pushing the free speech thing. Like, I won't be surprised if Trump, Elon, and Kanye, they all come together and create some collective thing, where they all try to promote each other and try to become the place for free speech. So I think a lot of people right now, if you are on social media, take advantage of it right now, because go to either Twitter, Truth, or Parler. Well, I'll probably get on Parler again in a few weeks or something like that, because I stopped right when they got censored the first time. So that's what I'll probably do. But I think all three of them should create a collective initiative pretty much, and maybe even, who knows, maybe even merge all three of them into one company. But then again, you could argue maybe that wouldn't be the best idea, because then you would probably have a monopoly. But I actually do like that there's a free market. So I think they should all say as individual companies, but all come together and work as one, because that will reach out to more people, and it will start driving more people away from these left-wing places, and start coming more to these places, these moderate places, which I think Twitter will become even more moderate before than it's ever been. It won't be in this left-wing echo chamber anymore. And same thing with Truth and Parler. They won't become some right-wing echo chambers either. They'll become more moderate if they all three came together.
Yeah, that's the concern about everything becoming too echo-ish. Twitter is to me the best blend, but memesters are gonna have their day now. Elon Musk loves. This is from iMeme. The thumbnail for this video is from iMeme, to give iMeme credit. So that's the Trinity. So Ray, you said the Holy Trinity. I was like, oh wait, yep. I saw that earlier today. That's what they're talking about there. Elon loves memes. Believe it or not, maybe I'm crazy, y'all. Memes are really important right now.
Oh yeah. Comedy is real important right now too.
I'm trying to think of who I just heard say this, so I'm not going to take this as but this someone was talking, and they were talking about memes and how important they are. And the reason, it was DC Drano. He did this dope underground interview with these kids called Money Buys Happiness. Anyways, he said that memes are the best way of communication. And the reason being, he was saying something about go back into ancient civilization, and all those hieroglyphics on the wall, that's all they were memes. And he's like, it's the simplest but most sophisticated way to communicate very quickly. And it was the way he said it was better than what I said, but it was ill. I was like, that's kind of a dope way because he was talking about how he left LA and he just kind of gave up his life as a lawyer to become a meme page on Instagram. And he only had 40,000 followers at the time. And anyways, but yeah, man, he was talking about how important memes are and why he utilizes them and stuff like that. And I was like, it was interesting when he made that correlation to hieroglyphics.
That's a dope kind of correlation there. Jay, are you up on memes at all, or what do you think about that? Do you think that they're important in this whole kind of atmosphere we're in right now?
Yeah, 100%. Because just like have you saying, we live in a time where people are getting their information fast, right? And we get information faster than we've ever got it. We get our news faster than we've ever got it. And memes are really quick, and they're to the point, and they convey a message in a powerful way. And it a lot of times, we make content, we make videos, and sometimes, you can make these 10-minute videos, 15-minute videos, 30-minute videos, and people don't sit through them. And people now, it's to the point where people don't even like sitting through 1-minute shorts or 1-minute reels. Mm-hmm. So it's like a meme. A meme is so quick, and it's so geared for this generation. And I mean, to a certain extent, it's not really a good thing because it shows our lack of, wanting to pay attention to things and really take the time to learn something. But at the same time, it is what it is, and that's where we're at, and we have to learn how to fight this battle that we're in, and hopefully we can get to a point where people have a little more depth. But right now, the battle is for the people in the middle and the people that really don't care about politics and they really don't care about what's going on in society. They're just having their thoughts and their opinions shaped by the narrative. So we have to fight fire with fire, in the sense that we've got to put our values into the narrative as well and create our own narrative and give it the same way, and that's how we have to do it. So memes are important, and just like anything else right now.
So speaking of memes, they're popping off right now on Twitter. This one right here, because it chased driving, so I'll describe it. Elon, after making his Twitter firings pay-per-view, people wanted to see, this one kind of makes me sad, because it's like, I never want to be in the place where I'm celebrating somebody getting fired. That's just not, and I'm not there now. But I can understand where people are coming from wanting to see that. They got Elon Musk walking around. Is that on McGregor?
Yeah, that's McGregor.
They got Elon's head on McGregor's body, and then who's in the crowd there? I don't know.
That's the CEO of Twitter. That's AOC. That's Elizabeth Warren. I don't know who the others are, though.
They're fooling out. I mean, it's Black Pegasus says, have you been on Twitter today?
So kind of. Like, what's crazy is I'm permanently banned, right, on my number for medical misinformation or whatever. So I can only get on my laptop, and as you guys know, it's just easier to be on your phone. You know what I mean? So I don't really see what's popping like that. However, y'all were kind of ranting about it. I was going to tell y'all, like, I put in an appeal, and they didn't accept the appeal. I'm still permanently banned. But today, I'm looking at it. It says I could submit another appeal.
Wow!
Let's go!
Yeah!
I was actually going to ask y'all, is it official yet? Because I'm just going to wait till it's official and just be like, yo, you know what I mean? And see what happens.
Well, I have a question.
Mine was for talking about Ivor blank blank.
Yeah. Well, Cyrus and I were talking before you guys came on. I want to start with you, Pegasus, and you, Che. If Trump does come back on Twitter, how long do you think it will be till he's able to come back on?
Okay, so I'm going to say two things. One, I mean, that's probably going to be a little bit of a process, but this is what I honestly think. He's put a lot of time and money into T-Social, and he talks about it. He kind of, like, you guys remember when he's like, like he's kind of acting like he's beefing with Elon or whatever. I'm like, is it a smart move to go back to Twitter when you started True Social? We were so invested, like, and this is the thing. People talk SH about Trump, be like, yo, it's failing, it's this, it's that. Look, you guys, the tech industry is something different. You get 1 million people on a platform, you're mining their data. All of that has a ton of value. Like, so what we don't see the value, there's value there. So like him having that platform, he has to make that decision. Does he use Twitter to bring people to his platform? Like, how does he play it? So I don't even know if he would come back to Twitter because of, he's like, look, F y'all, we're going to go rogue and we're going to do our thing. So I couldn't call it. But I think it would be a process. I don't think, this is the thing. Elon plays politics more than Trump does, in my opinion. He'll flamethrow and say crazy stuff, but he takes the time. He does his due diligence. He's not as reckless as, let's say, a Trump or Ye. Because even Ye, everything Ye said was real. But when you communicate it where they can cancel you, like like, in my opinion, when he started, and I knew the context, I don't think he was wrong, but he's like, I'm going to get on my you know what I mean? When you say it like that puts it in a light where you can put it out of context very easily. Now, I know what he's saying, and he was like, when you really think about it, it's like, dude, he's not saying anything that's off. But when you come in with the hip hop, and they ain't used to that. Oh, I'm gonna get on my blah blah blah. It's like they ain't, because we're listening to literally music that's saying kill N-words, do this, do that, and that's just the lingo. So when he's like, let me get on my anti-Semitic, that's all he's saying, just the rap version. But they don't understand it, and they take it out of context. Boom, by it. But I'll let Che get on it.
Yeah, Che, what do you think about Trump and Twitter?
I think Trump puts out one tweet, and that one tweet says "Go to Truth Social," and that's it.
Maybe no. I'm not sold on that though.
Well, I
think like he was saying, I don't know if this is a good idea. Trump put a lot of money and time into it, and Twitter did kick him off. You know what I mean? And I think there's a lot of people that are like me. I'm not on Truth Social, and it's almost like, you know, if Trump goes back to Twitter, I have no incentive to get on Truth Social. You know what I'm saying? But if he says, "Hey, that's it, I'm not being on there no more," I'll consider it, because I think a lot of people's gonna flock that way. You know, it's just like, I don't know. I just, Trump is a businessman, and and one thing that I think Trump cares about probably more than anything is his business. So why would he, you know, give it all up to Twitter? Because then you have a lot of people who are going to say, "Well, I don't need to be on Truth Social. I'll stay on Twitter." You know what I mean? So,
I agree with Che. I think it. What do you think about this, Che? I'm exactly with you, but I think it'd be like maybe 3 times a week. So basically, somehow he'll do a funny tweet, and then maybe underneath it go to, you know, I don't know.
You know, because as I'm speaking, you know, Trump can't help himself at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, he can't.
Yeah, he can't.
He's gonna be like, "Oh, that's where the party's at, and that's where I need to be at." You know what I'm saying? So you can't. The thing about Trump, and like Black Pegasus was saying, like, you know, Elon is a little more he's a little more crafty in how he does things, where Trump and Ye are kind of the same way. They just kind of say it. And so Trump, you know, one week he'll say, "Yeah, that's it, I'm not messing with these dudes no more." But if the price is right and he feels like he could get the attention that he wants, he'll go back to Twitter. Like you said, you know, maybe he'll start throwing out tweets. He'll probably throw out tweets on Twitter talking bad about Twitter. You know what I mean? And just that's kind of how his style is. You can't really predict what he's going to do. Him and Ye.
Yeah. Now I have this question: If not Trump, what about Alex Jones? Do you think if he's allowed back on, do you think he'll start posting? Maybe even stream InfoWars back on there, because that's what me and Osiris were talking about before you guys came on.
I don't know if Elon lets Alex get back on, just because of the politics behind it. If Alex is allowed back on, Alex is gonna go wherever he can get the message out. That's what he's good at. He's on Rumble. I follow him on Rumble. He does his thing. If he could put the message out on Twitter, he's going to, and he's going to be a huge success because people gravitate to that. I just don't like. There's certain games. It's like, and I'm not like super political, but like, you know, a lot of people gave Trump flack, like, "Yo, why didn't he pardon Julian Assange and Snowden?" Right? But then he kind of comes out and alludes, "Oh, politics," right?
Or Stone the second time.
It's the same with like Elon will be with Alex. It's just like, yo, they're trying to $1 billion, bruh. Like, you know what I mean? They're trying to sue Alex right now for $1 billion or whatever. They
2.2 trillion
like
now.
It's still like we were saying, like Elon just knows how to play the game. And I just don't know if Alex is the greatest look. It's like there's certain people who are in this box, Alex Jones, David Icke, like, "Oh my God, society will crumble if they can speak on public platforms." So yeah, that's my take on that.
Before I go to Che, I'm going to tell you, I'm a Elon, I don't like to say fan, but I like his companies. I like his vision. He's an inspiration. If Alex Jones is not back on Twitter, I'm flaming Elon. He's set expectations too high. I tweeted out, I was like, "Bro, lower expectations if you can't do all this stuff." Jay, what do you think?
I feel the same way. If like, you got to have Alex Jones on, you got to have Andrew Tate on, you got to have David Icke on, you got to have all the people on, because
Twitter's gonna be.
I'll be having popcorn and a Corona.
If they all come back, it's lit.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You got to. But if you're gonna say free speech, then it's free speech. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't let Alex Jones on, then you kind of defeated your whole purpose. Now it becomes the Elon's Twitter, where Elon gets to decide, and the powers that be can influence Elon with that lawsuit and everything like that. We already know what the agenda is behind all that. So it's like, why would you even play into it, Elon? If you're saying that you're this guy, you have this power, you got this type of money, you ain't worried about none of this, then you need to go ahead and you got to let them all on. If he doesn't, like you said, I'm gonna flame him too, because he needs to get it, and he deserves it, because he's setting us all up, telling us that this is how it's gonna be. It's gonna be free speech. We're not playing that game. We're not bowing to the establishment. But if you don't let Alex Jones on, you are, because Alex Jones is the guy. Look, there is no none of the situation right now that Ye's going through if we didn't hit Alex Jones first. He was the first one, and so now you see that the dominoes are falling after they hit Alex Jones. So now, you got to let him back on just to get everybody back standing up right. But I'm gonna have to go after with that. I'm already home, so I got to get back into the house here. But I appreciate you guys having me on, man. And
real quick, Cheney, where are you from?
I'm from LA.
Okay, that's what's up. I didn't know, man. I just got hip to you tonight, but I liked your Kanye video. It was excellent. The editing was superb, my guy.
Oh, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate it. I got some more stuff coming out.
Oh, and Shay, you gotta reach out to you, man, so me and you could do that collab, because we had some problems going on last time, so I want to make sure I can get you on my show sometime.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
hit me on Twitter.
Yeah, I'll do it after we get done with this show tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard you guys get together on Sunday. What's up with that?
Yeah, let's sub up to everyone in the stream. Sub up to all 4 channels here. We all need to stick together.
Yep. Sub up. The No Spoons podcast. I'm gonna hit you up too. I know everybody talking about hitting you up. I'm gonna hit you up too, man. Take care, Che.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Take care.
Hey, Black Pegasus, nice meeting you, bro. We can do something too in the future too.
Yeah, man. We'll get some stuff going for sure, fam.
All right, definitely. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me on.
Yep. Take care,
Cool.
Che.
And then for you guys are talking about Elon and Alex Jones. The one thing that I don't want to bring it up too much, but it's really a big concern of mine, is the App Store. Black Pegasus, do you have any comments on that? Because to me, it seems like Apple and Google are basically the gateway. So does Elon really have full control? Because they could just pull him, just like Truth Social. I don't think it's on the Google Store anymore.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because you saw what they did to Parler. Like Parler was like, F it, we're gonna go hard, and then they just took them off the App Store or whatever the case may be. This game is super political right now. And it's so I'm going to flip this just a little bit, because I think this is funky. But David Icke and Alex Jones, from what I gander, they don't trust Elon for the transhuman agenda. And, I kind of vibe with what they say. And so I just think it's so funny now Elon's the gatekeeper for their free speech. It is wild. We're in the craziest world.
Yep. And I think that would be great if Elon let people on who criticized his. What did you see?
Not Preg. It's a parody account of the CEO of the former CEO of Twitter. You got it.
Do you have it shared?
Okay, give me a moment.
Twitter, man. Twitter is lit. Like, it's already getting lit more. I saw Matt Walsh while he's pulling it up. I saw. Let me see. He said, "I just left Twitter." He said,
"I'm sorry, it's too funny."
They are acting crazy, man.
Just wait till tomorrow. Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, no.
you think she knows something? You think she knows something?
Every time, for some reason, I like Marjorie Taylor Greene's attitude. I liked her little commercial with the 50 cal. But every time I see her, I always think, because me and Don did a segment about the Jewish space lasers or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what pops in my brain. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, want to get back to that video Adam was doing, because he actually was interviewing some of these people there that was at that event.
I'm curious to hear your perspective on this, Black Pegasus, too. We were just we were watching this before you joined.
It's down there.
This is the people speaking out, and to me, I think it means something. Oh, let me get it up here. Yep, here you go.
And Adam, he's mine and Osiris's friend. He has his own channel too, and he was at this event. He was recording right here.
Yep.
How you doing? I'll give you my name. How's that? I don't give a shit. You get in my face, I'm knocked out.
Oh, see, I don't like that. We don't need violence. Man.
Agenda 2030. Did you see that?
No, somebody had a sign.
Look right there. Look at that sign.
Yeah.
I didn't notice this before. I didn't notice this.
No, I didn't see that either.
That's crazy. That rhymes. Agenda 2030. The UN is dirty.
Save humanity.
Let's go.
We got an MC on the broadcast. You can tell. He's like, oh, I got some bars there. Okay.
Yeah.
If you don't, Black Pegasus just came out of the album.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to check it out. I haven't seen it yet. Listen to it yet.
It's dope.
Obviously, if you were
Hey guys, listen up. This is what happens. This is what happens, everyone. This is what needs to happen.
Still wearing a mask.
We cannot say that we are the community and act like this to each other. We cannot have that.
I have no problem with this. But let's.
You were saying something, Osiris?
No, I don't have a problem with her saying that. She's like, okay, you guys let your thoughts out. But see, the next step is not just to say kind of calm down. It's like, let's address what you're talking about. Because they're being loud and, kind of abrasive, but they're still looking like they're reasonable. What do you think, Black Pegasus, here? It's just a little clip that you've seen, but what do you think of this new era that we're in, even if you could call it a new era?
Yeah, I mean, as long as it doesn't get violent, I'm cool with it. Like, people got to be able to express themselves, and when they're upset, it's really interesting the way politics have shaped us as of recent, and it's so polarizing because I go back to the essence of the concept of the United States of America, which is united, right? All these freedoms we have, all men are created equal. And no, we're not going to agree on certain policies and stuff. But a lot of this stuff, like these policies are so damaging to people, it's hard to be united. And that's the part that scares me because, there's innocent people that are collateral damage to these policies. And I get the frustration and anger, and I think that people have the right to feel that way. And I honestly, to me, this has been the most patriotic time. See, they won't let us see the patriotism, but bro, I'd be rolling around. I'd be seeing, you see the little American flag decals, like hidden in the windows, like they're everywhere. And like everywhere I go, I'm like, oh, this is like, so I go to physical therapy, right? And, I don't know who's in there, but then I see one of the physical therapists, and on his computer, he has the flag with the red line, the blue line. I'm like, okay, I know what's up. You know what I mean? And so it's interesting. For as much as they want to destroy the meaning of the American flag and what America stands for, people are kind of rising up and like, nah, man, I'm not gonna take that. I'm not gonna deal with that. But to answer your question, I think, as long as these people ain't getting violent, pushing and shoving each other, I think sometimes you got to get a little bit loud and shake things up. You got to let people know.
And AOC said herself, before I go to you, Ray, AOC herself said something to the effect of, it's okay. No, it's protests are supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. She said that out of her own mouth.
Yeah.
Yep. Terrence K. Williams, that guy's a beast. He posted something on Twitter that I can't bring up right here because this video would get taken down immediately. Like, I'll put it in the private chat. You guys can see it right there.
Wow.
Like, you got to take a look at it. Like, he actually said it. I'm shocked. Like, I put it in the private chat now. So, yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say this because some people in the audience are still wearing masks there. And it just brought me back to the pandemic. I wanted to tell you guys this story. I don't know if I've said this to you guys at all, but, my daughter has juvenile arthritis. We took her to Panama to get stem cells from the Stem Cell Institute. And fast forward, her arthritis seems to be gone. But anyways, I had a tour guide, and we're rolling around Panama. He's showing me all this stuff. And we go to we're kind of like in the hood area of Panama. And he's telling me what was going on during the pandemic. And I didn't realize this, but this was just a firsthand story. So, while we shut everything down and we're getting checks and people were getting money and compensated for not going to work, they had to stay home in lockdown, and the government delivered bags or baskets of beans and rice. And that's it. People weren't getting paid, nothing. And I don't know, something about all these people wearing masks and that we're so far beyond the pandemic at this point. It just reminded me of that, because when I was in Panama, this was in summer, and people were still wearing masks out there. And I think it was July 11th, they were dropping that. And it was like the Twilight Zone. But I just wanted to bring that up because this is the place to talk about how much good things we have in America still, even with all the tyrannical stuff that went on during the pandemic. That was crazy to me, to find out that, your government could tell you stay home, you're not getting paid, and we're just going to drop off rice and beans. And I was like, that's wild. So anyways, just wanted to share that story. This was firsthand from my tour guide in Panama. And Panama is actually one of the nicer, southern, South America. Like, they're a little pretty established economies, not too bad in the city and stuff like that.
Yeah. Osiris, you have a super chat actually.
Oh, let me take a look. Sorry, I did not see that.
From Donkey.
Oh, my man, Donkey. Shane, what's up, player? Let's get it.
Oh, you know who that is? Black Pegasus?
Yeah, man, that's my guy.
Oh, okay, let's go. Black P for president. I'm down with that. Let's do it.
and have Che be your vice president.
Yeah.
Holla.
Have to be, yeah. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you, Donkey.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get back to this.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're the community
I'm
too.
here to ask you a
We're the
question.
community too.
Are you the only members of this
We are
community?
the community. You aren't either. You aren't either. Why? We are the community. You are not the only community either. Ask us
It is.
why. Why are some
I am
of us
pissed off
pissed
too.
off? Yes.
Everyone is pissed off.
So here's do you mind pausing it for a second?
Oh, yeah.
My thought is, man, I kind of like this moment. Like, it's a chance to step up. And to me, what I think it's fine if AOC is in the background, because, you can't risk her being up too close. But at this moment, that person calming them down, to me, I would be like, well, what do you want AOC to answer? What do you want? She will answer your question. Let's get one question. So then they'll have to focus and think about it potentially. And then I want to answer if I was AOC, I actually want to answer their questions. And I don't see her putting forth any type of kind of effort to meet them where they're at. That's the problem I have with her.
Yeah, I was going to say this too, man. I heard this saying recently and it kind of checked me. It was, if you start to act like them, you become them. And, sometimes I'll see people and they're out for blood, right? And typically it comes from the left, but with the outrage from all the censorship and like when people get their voices muted, it brings this nature out of them. So like, it's really hard to balance that, like get the point across, get your questions answered, and really because someone could really flamethrow AOC with the proper questioning and certain things like that. But, I get it. I get why people are upset.
Yep. Thanks, Ray.
Yeah. Yep. By the way, if you guys want to say something, just let me know and I'll pause it. Just let me know.
Zeldin for governor. Zeldin for governor.
Let her speak.
Hey,
You didn't even back Jose Alba.
it's very hard for someone to respond if you don't give them the chance. If you don't.
That's why y'all been talking for 20 minutes, okay? We know why. We know why you're mad. Let's talk about it.
You're Republican, right? How you doing, bro?
I am not a man. There's only two fucking genders. So fuck you and your 20.
Wow. They turned the lights out.
Yeah. Why did they turn is that a good idea?
I think they're trying to silence them. That's what they were doing.
I think they're trying to get AOC out of there is why she comes back in a while. Oh no, there she is. That's a drop. That's a drop.
Look,
I believe you all have made your point. If you want to keep going, we can go all night, whatever it is.
See, no, you stop that. No. She's agitating them. Why is that the response at this point? I know you could look at it like they're just trying to shut it down. They're not really having to. They really don't want real discourse. But I don't know. For me, if that's going to be my response, I'm just going to shut it down. Why agitate things? What do you think? Am I off base on that?
It's almost like she's inviting it. Like if you want them to stop, just ignore them. Just do. She should have just did what she was doing earlier. Just ignore them and play the long game, because eventually they probably would get tired. And they would stop. So why not just do that?
I think
she's just inviting it.
I think she's playing politics and playing for the camera. So what you do at times, so one of them held up a sign of her opposition, this lady named Tina, and I think she's MAGA, and I've seen her commercials. She's lit from the East Coast, and she was trying to take out AOC. Someone had a sign with that lady's name on it, so she knows this is like MAGA type of people. And so she's playing for the camera, because what happens when this type of footage comes out, the left is going to rally, like, look at these crazy people. We got to come out. Like, this is something like I see it in my industry too, like with battle rap, or like when someone like is going ham on me or dissing me. Like, sometimes you can play it up to your audience, and then your audience gets rallies behind you. So it's like a game you play because you want to get the troops rallied up and amped for what's to come. So like if you agitate these MAGA people, which you see some of that within the crowd, because ain't no one going to be talking about Agenda 2030 but us populists. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Republicans ain't really, they're just like, oh, these policies, that policies. But to me, the populists are the ones awake to these global agendas. And so that's what you're seeing there. And she knows it. So that's what I think is also going on. She's like, we can do this all night. That's hella agitative, you know, but at the same time, she's showing her people, yo, I stood up to the MAGA, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, she did. That's our girl. Like, you know what I mean? That's how I see it.
Yeah. And her shoes are bothering me. Are those men's shoes? They look like men's shoes right there. Are those men's shoes though?
I don't know.
They look like it. They look like men's shoes. Look.
Ray said her shoes are bothering me. I don't know, but yeah, they're starting to bother me now. I didn't notice them until you said something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to her abuela. Let's get it.
Yeah.
You could leave. It's okay. It's okay. Where your constituents? Where your constituents? What happened with Jose Alba?
We gonna act like grown-ups? You ready to It is shocking to me. Shocking to me that there are so many young people in this room that are setting an example that we are for how to conduct ourselves. All right.
Well, like, here's a response to that. She's saying that there's so many young people in this room that are setting an example, and it's pretty obvious because, like Tim Pool said, Zoomers, my generation, I don't call them Gen Z, my generation of Zoomers is the first generation in 100 years to be a teeny bit more conservative than liberal. Why? Because liberals aren't having kids. Conservatives are having kids. That's why there's more of us, than the previous generation. And this is why you get stuff like this going on.
Well, to me, it came across as AOC saying they're the good ones. They're doing what I want them to do. They're here to believe what I believe. None of them are going to challenge me on anything. They're the ones that I respect. You're the ones challenging. But obviously, if the roles are reversed, AOC wants them to be the agitators. So it's like you're really literally seeing zombies, in my opinion, right before your very eyes.
Yeah. I saw that too. Like, because it seemed like the younger females are like, or they're in the crowd being like, "Hey, will you just ask her a question? Be quiet." Da, 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 da. So I see what you're saying with that.
And I'm a Marjorie Taylor Greene fan. So if let's pretend that's Marjorie Taylor Greene and there's people from the left that are heckling her, I want her to be challenged. Answer their questions. I'm not trying to say go be quiet or whatever and handle it.
That's the thing too. It's like, this is what's fractured, because you see this with Steven Crowder videos, like, you know, people trying to disrupt like debate. That's what I want to see. Like, I'd like to see, you know, let's say you know, Marjorie Taylor Greene, you know, someone actually have a good debate with her, just like I rather see someone having a debate with AOC just wrecking her than just screaming at her like, yo, blah, 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 blah. I understand the frustration, but it's just like, you know, we're at this weird era where, like, you know, there's a lot of trolls, and I'm like, what is this doing for, you know, because what's really going on is the open conversation and debate, and then people get to see that and make decisions off of that. And I think that's a lot of that's being missed in politics, because it's just like the debates that we do get to see are short as hell. And then everyone else is shook to get on a podcast and have these conversations. And then when you do, most of the conversations get censored and people start getting canceled. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think Alex Stein said he started out going to these school board meetings and these city council meetings just being a serious dude.
Yep.
Like his serious voice raising, and nobody cared.
Yeah,
all they did was nod their heads. So he's like, well, if you're not going to really take me seriously, I'm going to act a fool, go viral, get millions of views, and then now I'm shining a light to whatever I want to in an indirect way. Yeah. What do you think about that, Black, before we start this again? Do you support, because at first, you know, in the before times, that really wasn't my style. I never would like performative stuff like that. Now, as long as you don't go too far, I'm like, go ahead and do it. What do you think about like the performative stuff now?
Honestly, when I really look at Alex Stein, because I actually like him and it's entertaining, but I just feel like it's so this is where, like, if I had to challenge something, I would say this. You know who shuts down the house just like Alex Stein in a calm manner? Jordan Peterson. Yeah. You know, like, who can go sell out an arena, drop some gems, and be like, wow, you know, you see him on the news, he's shutting down feminists, he's shutting down with thought-provoking ideas. And that's the approach I feel like we need in this current state, because America is on fire and people don't realize, yeah, you can be like, oh, I could never deal with the leftist or da-da-da-da. But guess what? We all live together. And if we don't want to see this amazing experiment go up in flame, we have to figure this out. If not, yeah, y'all, let's, you know, there might be some type of civil unrest. And I promise Americans, they are not ready for that. And they do not want that. Like, especially if you have kids, you don't want to live in a war zone. You don't want some outer, you know, thing taking over to try to, you know, control the chaos. Like, bro, that's not what people really want. And, you know, I grew up in a military family, so I saw America differently, because when I go to the cities, I saw Chinatown, Little Italy, you know, Little Havana, the Black Spot, the you know, the Asian, you know, Little Chinatown. I saw all the separation. But when we were in the military growing up, I saw every race working together. So that's how I see America, because it was just different. Like, I just live with Asian people and Black people and white people. And, you know, not everyone's going to get along, but we all work together. And again, I wasn't in the military. My dad was. And that's what I saw growing up, is what I'm trying to convey. And so that's my idea of America. You know, and we do have tribalism in our blood, but I'm getting off on a tangent. That's just, you know, it is what it is.
No, that's dope.
You okay?
Yep.
Man, the people in the live chat, man, they're hilarious.
What do you see? What do you see?
Elon fired Karen and Becky. So
Elon came in, man, and This is the first day, really. I mean, he did the sync thing yesterday.
Man, Gary from Nerd to Rock, man, he's been posting some of the funniest stuff on Twitter today. Like, you gotta go check his account out when you can. Like, oh my god, oh my. And also from Charlie Kirk, something about Carrie Lake. I put in the private chat. I'm not gonna say it here because you'd get banned. Look at what
Carrie Lake. Let me see what you're talking about.
I put in the private chat. I'm not gonna say that because I could get your channel would get a strike instantly.
Really?
It's that bottom one. It's that bottom one.
Yeah, I did. Will that get your channel struck now?
Yep, it will. It will.
So the comment that we're reading here is just really talking about gender, like the most basic thing of gender. Wow. We are in a weird place. Let me throw this out to. No, go ahead.
I was talking about the very bottom one from Charlie Kirk.
Oh, was that the wrong? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see.
The very bottom one.
Oh, I hit the second one. Okay.
Yeah.
So Carrie Lake. Okay, let's see here. It's showing Carrie. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know what that's about. We're coming up again. We're coming up close to election time, and there's some crazy stuff going on. So if you want to know what we're talking about, go to Twitter and look at Charlie Kirk's. I think is that his most from 7:48 p.m.
Yeah. And everyone in the live chat, we're trying to get my channel to like 100 subscribers tonight. That's the goal. By the end of this stream, want my channel RayStudios to have 100 subscribers. I'm currently at 90. Let's get it to 100.
Hey, my dude Donkey in the chat says I want AOC as my sneaky link.
We have fun with AOC like that.
Well, she is the best big booty Latina though. So,
friend of show Will Cormier is a big fan of hers. She's kind of in the middle for me there, but I'm more of a Carrie Lake type of guy right now. I'm happily married, but I'm just saying Carrie Lake is something special right now.
Did you see Carlos's video he did with Adam like a couple days ago?
No.
Like Adam went on Carlos's channel and Adam said on the episode, man, he was saying like basically in the third person to Carrie Lake, said, Carrie Lake, if you're out there, I'm a single guy. So that's what he was saying.
Yeah, she's rising up. Now, she hasn't done anything yet. She has to win and then show what she can do in office, but I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, let's play this video right here,
cool.
too. So, yeah.
Fake tears. Why? Sex trafficking is coming across the border. Wake up! It's all about sex trafficking.
Comunista.
I'm sorry that my question sort of is. I have to tell you.
Her lack of action to the community. It's not a question. It's her lack of action to the community.
I registered as an independent and I'd just like to suggest that we talk a little bit about. I understand, but I do want to hear. I think we all want to hear.
I like this.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with this part.
I'm just going to suggest that the more you shout over communication, less I'm likely to lean toward your party. You know, that's just what we're all saying. So, just going to say that.
This guy right here seems like the definition of a soy boy.
With the one that just spoke?
Yeah.
No, I liked it. I like what he said.
No, I'm just talking about the way he looked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Give us some fucking space, please. Why are you right in front of us?
What are you hanging over like a vulture? Oh, this one too.
Because I'm not afraid. I don't have any fear. I have God. I don't need government. I don't need big fucking farmers. I have God and God alone. Fuck you all.
Wow.
Like the guy got pushed in your train. That's wrong with him. We don't need more government. We need less. We need less government. You got fucking pushed in front of a fucking train. Fuck you, you shut up.
That's the funny part right there. Oh, and Pegasus, you weren't here when I said this, but this guy right here, we got a little bigger Colin Kaepernick right here. So
why you call him out like that? But dude, since you paused it though, there was a time when I was really worried, and I still am, about civil. Like you talked about it there a little bit, Black Pegasus, civil unrest happening. Do you think that is a real legitimate concern that we should try to actively avoid in our country?
Well, in my opinion, we have to avoid it because we have the most guns in the world. And this is something people are not ready for. I'm not a gangster hood dude, but I had my time in the streets. I've heard bullets whistle by my head. This is something no parent wants to see, envision in this time of technology. And in my opinion, currently they're trying to set up the right to spark them to do something violent so they can just kind of wipe them off. Like, oh, you guys did another J6, you're out of here. You know what I mean? So that's but what I said earlier, and I just keep that phrase in my head, when you start to act like them, you become them. What we're watching, what's funny is everything they're saying, I actually agree with. Like, I was that angry because they tried to lock me in my house, say it was not essential, then jab crow me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not with that. And you can feel that frustration in that woman's voice. But what is different than all these people yelling at Trump, protesting Trump? I don't see a difference. Like, it actually just seems the exact same to me. And what do we get from that? So that's just my mind right now, because I've had to pull back from certain things and be like, okay, I need to strategize. And even me, on my channel, I'm more so trying to build up the entertainment influential aspect so that when it is time to speak out, I have more engagement. And it's a bigger wave than just, I was just this little, because I got strikes on my YouTube channel when I had 10,000 subs, and I almost got taken out the game at 10K subs. And so there's just a lot here. But again, I'm going to keep saying that because that would resonated with me recently. If you act like them, you will become them. So, all these people, let's think about all of our friends, populists or who are on the right. It's like, look at how the left acts. You just want to have a calm debate and they're just over here screaming. They can't have accountability. They can't have do this, do that, or the other. So if we're going to say that, and then we turn around and do the same thing, it's just like, if you act like them, you will become them. And that's just like my new phrase to try to keep me to take it to the next level and, try to break these barriers, because civil unrest is possible. Anything's possible. If it happens, it just would be very dark and ugly. And it'd be a lot uglier than people think. You got to go back to Vietnam and how guerrilla war works. We have drones, we have cars, we have guns. We have crazy people. It's not, people have bulletproof vests. Dude, that's just something I really don't think the average person is even ready for. They're at home watching Netflix, taking care of kids.
I'm at home with a dad bod, soft, never been to a range in my life, don't know any self-defense moves. You got to know where you're at. And you were talking about the kind of the don't be them. I'm passionate about, I want to hear both of you guys. It's a little bit off topic before we start this again. Brittney Griner. I'm very passionate about Brittney Griner should be home. I did a video on the channel earlier today on that. And I think that's an example of where if you are MAGA, you can show you're not here to, be an antagonist on every issue. This is an issue that I think we should all agree on. She's over there hemmed up in Russia over some cannabis oil. That is nonsense. I don't care about, what the Russian laws are. She should come home. She's an American citizen. If it were anybody that you loved in your family, you would want her home immediately. So it's just something that I'm disappointed that more people who associate with MAGA aren't on that. Ray, and then I'll go to Black Pegasus. What do you think? Am I off base on that, or what do you think about Brittney Griner?
1 second. 187. Tell that to the Taliban. Okay. But okay. What I was saying was, I actually agree with you. Brittney Griner should be home. I do, but I don't have any sympathy that much sympathy for her. Well, like I said, she's an American citizen. We should do everything we can to get her home, but not like trade some, like there was a proposing like a couple months ago, like I'm trading like a guy called Nick that has the nickname the Merchant of Death. I'm sorry, I'm not trading someone like that for a U.S. citizen, especially if someone could say like, well, I'm being hypocritical. If it was me, I'd want that. No, actually, because guess what? We'd put the other American citizens at life because we need to worry about our country first. But like I said, we should bring her home. I have no sympathy. And then plus, on top of that, you're going into a different country, which has different rules than America, very different laws. So you have to know that going into it. And if you don't, that's too bad. You have to make sure about that. Because guess what? A lot of other countries they're not as liberty focused as America is, so they don't care, and they don't care about you or any of America's laws. You have to follow laws of each country. Now, I would suggest this to Brittney Griner: you never should have went to Russia in the first place. You never even should have left America in the first place. Because guess what? I will never go to any other country else. I will never leave America. I can't. I love this country so much, and I don't trust any other country at all. Like you heard. Like a couple days ago, Canada banned handguns. So that tells you a lot right there about how other countries are. So a lot of other countries are communist-like countries, even though they don't seem like it. So like I said, she should be brought back, but I have little sympathy for her because she should have known that she should not have brought something that would be considered drugs into a different country. That's all I got to say on that.
Let me bring a little nuance into this. So Brittney Griner is a prisoner of war. People might push back on that at first, but let me explain. The only reason she's there and she's locked up at this capacity is because there's a war going on. Now, with sensibility, you would think you'd be like, hey, there's a war going on. Maybe I shouldn't bring this cannabis oil or whatever, protect myself. But I'm going to tell you guys a story. So recently I had a rapper on my show, on my channel. We didn't talk about this publicly, but he was like, I was smoking weed in the bathroom in Russia. And I forgot I had a joint in my pocket, so I had to go smoke it in the bathroom to get rid of it. And so what people will find out is if you're a world traveler, travelers know what they can get away with. And sometimes it's can't. Like I know rappers before weed was legal, big time rappers traveling with weed in their socks and in their luggage. There's a lot of things that happen where people take these risks, but typically it's not really that big of a deal. And even if Brittney Griner would have got caught in Russia with weed oil, I do not think what has been handed down to her would have been handed down to her, except because we're in wartime. And because of that, she's getting the brunt of that. I have compassion for her. Now, I wasn't a fan of her kneeling and all the stuff that, let's say the right would condemn her for and be like, well, let him have her. But I don't agree with that, but she's an American. See, and that's where I stand, where I try to be somewhat sensible, because I'm like, look, if we're going to leave one American behind, then we're going to leave all the Americans behind. And I'm not willing to leave any American behind. So my mind works like that. Now, she has to face look, life is about facing consequences for your actions. Her actions during wartime equated into these consequences. Now she has to face them. That's just life. I feel compassionate for her. We should try to get her back. Does it make sense to trade her for a freaking crazy arms dealer? No. So it's a very complicated situation. And if people don't want to be sensible and empathetic about it, look, people get in their emotions. They do stupid stuff. I don't agree with, the kneeling and the anti-flag stuff. However, she's still American and she's one of ours. And, it's just like having kids, you guys. See, people get so caught up in their side. Sometimes you have kids and one of them go astray, but that's still your blood. And there's only so much, like there's stuff where it's like, oh, they went on some kind of crazy rampage. I get it. Sometimes you got to disown the kids, but for the most part, that's still your blood. Even when you don't agree with it, you're like, what are you doing? And you have patience. And a lot of times through time, the child comes back and corrects their activities. I'm just trying to bring some nuance to it because I'm a rapper and I've traveled the whole world. And what I would tell people is you should travel as much as you can, but just don't travel with guns and drugs and go to safe places, because when you travel the world, you actually can appreciate America for what it really is. A lot of us will say it's the greatest country in the world, but you don't really know it until you go see that you can't flush freaking toilet paper down the toilets in Colombia because they don't have a piping system to do that. You can't drink the water in Mexico. You can't do certain things in China. When I was in China, there's all these cameras. It's crazy. So you get to appreciate America for what it authentically is when you get to travel. And the entitled Americans who want to burn America down need to travel the most, because they will start to realize this free society we live in is so beautiful. And even though we don't have all the freedoms we should, it's still better than a lot of other places. So there you go. Rant over.
Yeah. Like I will never go to Canada at all. Like they just banned like I said, they just banned handguns just a couple days ago.
Yeah, and I was going to address this in the chat because they said that I don't think Kanye is anti. I'm not going to say the word because I don't want to get your channel in trouble. Look, in my opinion, being anti S word, right, is hatred. And you despise that group of people, hatred, or called for violent acts. We all know that's not what Kanye is calling for. He's frustrated because a small group of people control the black voice, is what he says. I'm not saying I agree with that necessarily. I'm actually in the industry, and what he's saying I do see. Like all the agents I work with are that, but they're actually my friends though. So look, I personally believe with Kanye, and if he ever went out and said, yo, I hate this group of people, blah, 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 telling someone you don't agree with certain actions is not hate. Criticizing someone is not hate. So, whoever said that in the comments, look, I'm pretty sensible and I'm pretty down the middle on most things. And I'm just telling you, I have not one time heard Kanye say anything to hate. It's more of criticize. Now that bravado, that rap bravado, you might not be used to, that barbershop that neighborhood talk that we do in the hood that you aren't used to, that scares you and makes you think it's anti-S. I can understand that. I understand that because, I can see how that can play. That's why I say he speaks very reckless. But to be anti that is a hatred, despise and calling for violence. And so, I just wanted to address that because, I think first and foremost where Kanye does get it wrong a bit too is I believe as a culture, black culture right now, I believe we need to take extreme accountability. You can say these people are making money off of the degradation of us through our music, but we're the ones making the music. And I believe as a man, you have to take extreme accountability. That's how you level up. So in my opinion, as a culture, we need to take accountability for the music that we present and put out to the world. And then you start talking to the gatekeepers and say, we need your help as we adjust.
Oh, officially, Trump will be back on Monday. Officially.
Whoa.
I got it right here. I'll bring it right up. Officially.
Is this breaking news? We might have breaking news
from Trump himself. Right here. Officially.
What's going on?
Statement from Donald Trump, the 45th president of the United States. Congratulations to Elon Musk on his purchase of Twitter. Many people are saying that change was needed as the old management was too concerned with the woke agenda. I have been told that my account will be back up and running on Monday. We will see. Happy to be able to engage with an African-American owned business.
Let's go!
Yeah!
Let's go!
Osiris, like if it's official, we gotta do this again. We have to do this again on Monday if it's official.
And so right now, if this is official too, earlier you guys asked my take, and so if this goes down like that, then I was completely wrong. Now, I thought that he could get added to Twitter, but my thing was, would he post on it after creating True Social? Because it seems like a conflict of interest for True Social. So this is going to be very interesting how it plays out. And I mean, this is kudos, bro. I want Trump back on Twitter. He's lit.
Yeah.
I want Alex Jones on Twitter. I'm creating my appeal right after this to see if I can get unbanned because, this is let's go. Let's go.
The moment it happens, we need to do a live stream immediately. All three of us got to get together again on Monday.
I'll just do a stream and put the link out. And this is crazy.
Or we can do it on my show if we want to do it that one. Yeah. Well, we did it on your show this time. Like, we'll try to do it on my show on Monday if this is official.
Oh, I'm good with that. This is crazy. Now, where'd you get it? Where'd you find that from? I haven't seen that yet on my Twitter. Feed.
Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers?
Yeah.
Yeah, he posted this from Trump on Twitter.
I'll look on True Social real quick because he only posts there, so we can see.
But
I stopped. I kind of stopped using Truth Social.
Bro, I'm just gonna keep it real. All these alternative sites for us,
echo chambers.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't even trip on echo chambers. It's the interfaces. The interfaces just don't compete. Like Rumble is, I'm on Rumble and I want, like, uploading is harder. It takes forever. I can't live stream. Blah. And I put my stuff on Rumble, but it takes forever for it to upload in comparison to YouTube. And YouTube is a better search engine. Rumble's like where you go if you already have an audience and you want to bring them over there to say something crazy. But while you're building an audience, it's just, I mean, they have the game on lock, but this is needed. It's just like a child. You go through growing pains, and to grow and to get to where we need to go to, that's just what it is. I don't see anything on his Truth Social. His last post was 7 hours ago. Virginia vote. I agree. I think people be putting up stuff on Twitter because my partner Don will send me stuff, and I'll be like, yo, let me fact check this, because people just it's like, that's where I struggle with the memes, because sometimes the memes will be packed with truth, but then you'll get a meme that feels truthful, and then you're like, oh, like, remember the meme they did where it was like, yo, something, Harriet Tubman had 2 gats or something. Then someone's like, that's not even a picture of Harriet Tubman or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the information war, Infowars.com, because this is all information, and it's the Hunger Games. There's propaganda from both sides trying to create a certain way of thinking for that side. And that was the illest part of Hunger Games, was when the good side was like, all right, we got to go out and shoot this propaganda. You're like, oh, they're both in on it.
Yep. So I guess right now it's unconfirmed. We'll look to see if we can find it in one more source, but that is, we did hear it from a different, from the Dinesh D'Souza, but what was that?
Also, something from Bloomberg. It says Musk is said to take Twitter CEO role, reverse life bans. From Bloomberg.
Whoa, you see
right
this
here.
from Bloomberg? Do you have it?
I have it. I have it right here.
Let's pull it up.
I was gonna show this a few minutes ago, but we were in the middle of having a conversation.
It's
down there.
Drain the swamp at Twitter, and then I'll make my Twitter account great again.
I have it down there. You can pull it up right now.
This one here?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I hate these.
Oh,
right
is it
here.
paywall?
Check file.
Is that one a paywall?
Oh God. Okay.
Bloomberg is always paywall.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael, I can't stand Michael Bloomberg though.
Yeah. Yeah. But what's the headline though? Go back to the headline. The
right
first
here.
Piece.
Musk is set to take Twitter CEO role and reverse life bans. Wow. So, Black Pegasus, you could be back up on Twitter at any moment then.
Yeah, I'm gonna just kind of wait it out, like, because I don't want to set my appeal and there still be a blue-haired crazy person in there and they block me. So I'm gonna wait just a couple days, and then when Musk got full control and he drained the swamp, I'm gonna go ahead and appeal.
I want to make sure Elon gets all of them out of there first. I think that's a smart.
If I'm keeping it real with you guys, this is why I got banned. So everyone's like, Elon's buying Twitter, and you know how everyone's acting right now. That's how I acted when they first said it. So I started saying all this stuff that I don't put on Twitter because I knew I would get banned. I was like, yo, free at last. And I started talking about Ivor blank blank and the plan. They were like, this goes against our guidelines. You are permanently suspended. Then I tried to make alternate accounts, and I just can't from this phone number. So I had to use my homie's phone number, but then I could only use it on my computer because I don't have his phone. And I didn't feel like getting a new phone number. So I was just like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, like the moment Trump is reinstated, if he is, we need to throw a huge party or something like that. We need to go out and do something. And especially it'll be on Halloween too. So
yeah, you're right.
Monday is Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh, my mistake. Wrong one.
That'd
okay.
be crazy.
Yeah.
Man. So yeah,
we're having a fun time tonight. A fun time tonight.
It's so crazy. How many followers did Donald Trump have on Twitter?
Well, over 200 million.
Was it over 200 mil?
Yeah, it was.
He only has like 4.3 on his own platform. That's wild.
Wow.
That is
wild. But that's still a bunch of people on his platform that they're making money off of through data.
Oh, the Waffle Man said something funny. Getting really spooky for leftists. Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And you're seeing them more panicked. So it does make me wonder. I don't want to be shook or alarmist, but is there another trick up their sleeve? Because these people are not going to lose power. This midterm's coming. It could be a tsunami. They're not going to lose power gracefully. Do they have something up their sleeve, or am I just being paranoid?
Well, I sent you that Carrie Lake thing, which I won't mention it, but that tells me there's something, a little something, what might be going on. Yeah. You can. So we'll see. Pegasus, if you want to see it, it's in the private chat. So yeah.
Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah, I mean, they lost it before with Trump, so anything's possible. And
but if they lose the House, that's a big deal. That's no more money potentially. If the populist right has enough control, that's no more money to Ukraine. That's potential investigations to Ouchie, to Brandon, to anybody, Mayorkas, anybody's in. Ray. You're probably gonna
Billy
see resignations. Yep. Who knows? Who knows if they have the power to go? That'd be crazy if they went to Billy G though. That'd be wow.
I told Pegasus this when I had him on my show the other day. I think the Republicans will get a super majority in the House. Like they'll get up to maybe 40 to 50 seats more, from what they have right now. But in the Senate, they'll get one seat, maybe two. But I'm predicting they'll get one seat, but at max two.
I kind of rock with Osiris on his views, like right down the middle. So like for me, cool if the right takes the House and a few things happen, that's great to go against the progressive agenda. But to go against the globalist agenda, we need some populists, like all these rhinos, and like the Republicans are in with these globalists, just like the Dems are. So like, to go against the progressive nonsense in our current society, cool. Let's get some right action. But for me, I'm like the global agenda is the bigger war, because everything else like we can figure out. But like the global agenda is bonkers, like, and all the different ties, the more like, I'll be like, cause I'm not in here studying it like you guys or like Anomaly, but the bits and pieces I get from Anomaly, from you guys, from different things I listen to every now and then, I'll get on Andy Frisella's podcast and I'm like, bro, this is wild. Like, and Alex Jones, how much he's been breaking down since the onset. I know he gets a lot of flack because he's got a couple things wrong, but for everything he's gotten right and kind of led us to the light, it's like, bro, man, like I really appreciate that, brother. And what he's saying is right in front of us, coming for us. And the last beacon of hope and light and freedom, in my opinion, in this world is America. We are that last wall that they're trying to break down. And if we allow it, it's going to be it's funny because you just get used to stuff. So like I say, it's going to be dismal for me, knowing what we had and what we have, it would be dismal. But for the future, they'll just get used to it and not know what they lost. Like it's kind of crazy how that works. Like, because I've seen civilizations, they just go on and do their thing. But man, like America's a really dope place. And it's unfortunate it took me so long to see the magnificence of it, even with the dark trauma and history we had. But that's just with anything. Like that's literally with anything. And I think, me being more lefty growing up, there's just a lot there. So,
yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I'll go real quick. You talk about Alex Jones got stuff wrong, and I go back and look at the mainstream media, got Russiagate wrong, got all kinds of
WMD.
WMD's wrong. Like we're talking about lives lost, like in the thousands to millions potentially. And then we're also talking about the pandemic recently as well. I've heard no apologies. I've heard rarely any corrections. Video still up on YouTube. Russell Brand said, recommending instead of trialing, and got
Kanye's
a strike.
back on Twitter?
Is he already? Somebody said
Kevin
He's
Clear
back on
said he's back
Instagram.
on Twitter already.
Back on Instagram for sure. Let me try to see if I can.
Oh, maybe it was just a temporary ban.
Kanye West. Let me just see this.
He hasn't posted. I don't. Hold on. 10/8 was the last time he posted on Twitter. He's back. Yeah, I think you're confusing it with Instagram. He got back on Instagram today.
No.
And he posted on Instagram.
His account's back is up. I'm on it right now.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Yeah, but
that...
his account's restricted. I don't think he can post.
Oh, okay.
And what he's talking about, because I saw the post, he said he posted that he lost 2 billion, and Kanye posted on Instagram something like he posted something funny. He's like lost 2 billion in 2 days or something. He's like, but then he said, I haven't had supermodel in like, in a month. Someone help me. Like that's a real post. Like I've seen it with my own eyes.
Oh my
that dude
God.
is crazy, man. That dude is crazy. But you were talking about going against the global agenda. To me, I look at, we're watching the AOC video. I think we need real populist lefts in districts like AOC. You're never going. Exactly. Would you rather have Jen Perlman or AOC? If you don't know, Jen Perlman ran in Florida against Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She went up against the machine. She didn't win. But my point is, you're not going to get God, family, country in every district. You're not going to get MAGA in every district. You need a real populist left. Well, the populist left would agree no war. They would agree on legal immigration, not illegal immigration. So you would have a base there to go against the global agenda. Nancy Pelosi famously said, we need a strong Republican Party. What she meant was, we need y'all to be corporate like we are. We don't agree on everything, but we got to stick together.
Yeah.
We need the same thing on the populist level. So that's why it really bothers me to see these fake populists in those positions, because AOC is never going to work with Marjorie Taylor Greene, but a real populist, like I don't even know of a real politician populist, but I know Jimmy Dore, Kim Iverson, those types would work with Marjorie Taylor Greene, in my opinion, on places where they agree.
Yep. Yeah. And that, I mean, that's just, we need people who are actually about the people and not in the pockets of all these corporations, big pharma, and governmental plans. And that's just what it is, because it's the crazy thing is we have so many resources and wealth in America. Like we are actually super lit, and we could do a lot more than people think. And that's also why they want to kind of get us in line, because we're not in line with the rest of the world, because we are like ahead in a lot of things. It's wild too, because we don't even really manufacture that much stuff, but we're just, I mean, we still have so much untapped resources that has a lot of value. You know, it's wild when you really look, because when you go to other countries, they have lack of water, you know, some places are overpopulated, India, you know, China, like it's just things that we don't deal with here, because, you know, it's very unique to see how it all is going to pan out. But and my thing is, when I say go against the global agenda, like we talk about like climate, or let's say the green stuff, instead of, you know, so we don't trigger the algorithm. But, you know, all this green stuff they want to go for. Dude, I love Hawaii. I love going places, and and the environment matters, bro. Seeing these turtles getting caught in like masks and plastic is not a good look. But, you know, it's almost like they stopped addressing that to address all this other stuff that's like fits their, you know, what they're all invested in, lithium, you know, batteries, because I'm like, bro, I'm all for not littering and cleaning up the environment and doing this. I don't think anyone's against that. But if you say certain things, they act like you want to destroy the planet, and you don't. And also, like, we're not the ones at fault as much as these places like, let's say, China or India, where they have these huge populations where they might want to be more concerned about certain things, and we just make little adjustments to play our role. So I'm not against like cleaning up the environment, but I am against them trying to utilize these tactics to disrupt our way of American living.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Let me share this real quick. It's looking like people are saying they're seeing a difference in how things are being handled in as far as Twitter, as far as the algorithm goes. Somebody said fake engagement's gone. Potentially, we don't know this for sure, but we look at people like Brooklyn Dad. These are all establishment type accounts, Democrat establishment accounts. 702 likes, and you see 533 likes. If you go back to Brooklyn Dad before, like I'm just going back a few days at this point.
Yeah.
You go back and look at it. Let me pull this up. You see thousands of views on this dude's tweets.
Yeah.
And it's just it just feels kind of weird that all of a sudden we don't see, like, if you just go back, I'm going to scroll back for just a few days ago. 21,000. Look at this. 22,000. Is it able to see that?
Yep.
Yeah. I see it.
Yeah. So it's, it's something to think about. The scales could be tilted.
Yeah, I was going to tell y'all, this is a personal joint, but so when the pandemic started, the first couple months, I was just like everyone else. I was like, oh, snap, it's going down. Like, let me wear this mask. Like, what is really happening? Then you wake up, you start seeing what's going on. Then you do some of your studying, what's up. So I start exposing this. Like, I throw concerts, and they tried to shut down my industry, and I was throwing concerts throughout the pandemic, and people were showing up, having a good time. And it was kind of showing that, like, yo, this isn't what you guys think it is. Long story short, I come out super vocal on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube about all of this stuff. And I didn't do this because I wanted to get popular. I was doing this because this is wrong. And in the process of me being vocal and speaking out, all of my socials started blowing up, like, to another level. Like, I was just like, what is going on? And immediately, it probably took about a month, and they clipped it. I'm still restricted on TikTok. I have videos on TikTok that got 1 million views. And now I can't even get 30 views, 100 views. Like, it's like capped at like 1,000. My YouTube channel got all these strikes. I actually almost got kicked off of YouTube and Facebook, but I won my appeals because the stuff I was posting was accurate. So I ended up winning my appeals, but I did get kicked off of Twitter for getting reckless when I thought Elon first bought it. But I say that to say this. I've been trying to work through the algorithm on my YouTube channel. And the only way I have these crazy breakthroughs for me has been with reactions, like doing certain type of reactions and hip hop stuff. And I think it's very interesting because, when I was speaking like this and having these type of conversations, we had to tap dance around subjects to not get strikes and blah, blah, blah. And a lot of the conversations were getting censored or shadow banned. And, it's really funny to see, this new, like, it's like, it feels good, to be honest, to see this stuff happening. I hope, the doors keep opening and we're just able to make some strides,
Yeah. Oh, so do you think Elon is going to keep Twitter in California, or do you think he's going to move it out?
Nah, he's moving. Nah,
I think he'll probably take it to Texas.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but California is political enemy territory for Elon Musk. You would not want to be there too long.
And like you said, if Texas if this Texas thing goes through with the
lawsuit,
the
lawsuit.
Yeah, if the Supreme Court allows this thing to go on, allows these states to, like, regulate these companies, that would open up for California and other blue states to regulate them, make you can't post this certain stuff on there. So maybe
Are you familiar with that, Black Pegasus? There's that lawsuit that's really exciting. It's Texas. Florida had one too, but I'm familiar with the Texas one right now, where they're saying that you can't ban people based on their political beliefs. Like Texas would protect you. Have you heard about that?
I have not heard about that.
And
that's needed because, we saw the lawsuit that just, in New York over the people who were getting fired and they're getting to come back with back pay. These things need to happen. I remember someone hit me up on Twitter, like, they DM me, they're like, yo, what should I do? I don't want to lose my job. And all I could do is give them my advice, but a lot of people were put in really bad situations because of this. And I was just lucky to be independent because I was like, dude, anyways, yes, these type of things need to go down. and we need to, get like the PayPal thing. I'm sure you talked about it on your channel, like, the 25 hundo for misinformation.
It's back.
Y'all are, they're tripping. Like, I'm like, I don't F with PayPal anyway, because they're on some like service fee shit anyway. So I don't really mess with them like that. But yeah, man, like all these, even I don't care if you hate or like Kanye, what he said. Oh, it's anti this. No, it's not. Blah, blah, blah. I ain't here to argue that. What I'm here to argue is someone says their opinion on a public platform and they get almost kicked. They're trying to kick him out of society, and he's a billionaire. So think of what they're going to do to us little guys when I've just told you how many platforms I got kicked off just by speaking about the pandemic. So it's just like the Andrew Tate thing. Like Andrew Tate got, censored, but like he got kicked off of Airbnb, Uber, some of his bank accounts, but he has something called the War Room. And he was like, dude, my money's all over. He's like, you got to go to places like Singapore where they could get the F about US policy. And my money's there and I'll trade it here, there, and the other. So like, hopefully Kanye's on his stuff, because you got to move your money around, because not everyone is in love with what the US does. And that's how you get around these things. But the fact that a bank, knowing how important money is in the bank so they can leverage it to give loans out to other people, they would kick Kanye and his $143 million out of their bank, tells you, in my opinion, they're just like, in my opinion, they're making an example of him. And this is what I honestly think. And this has nothing to do with his crazy remarks, whatever. If you go against the established system, you are the runaway slave. What did they do to the runaway slave? They pulled him in public. They mutilated him. They desecrated. I ain't running away, massa. I ain't going nowheres, because you see that example. That's what they want to do to Kanye. It's just like, stay in your place, MFer. That's where they're at.
Yep. And there's certain subjects I stay away from just because of that. Because I'm like, there's certain subject, there's certain identities even out there where it's like real touchy.
And think about that. Exactly. So GB said 143 million is nothing to Jay Morgan. Exactly. So if that's nothing to him, my little 10 racks ain't anything. They go, and this is why they feel so emboldened and brazen to be like, $2,500, misinformation, this, that, the other. It's just like they're making an example of him to let you know, because not many people have $143 million, and knowing that means nothing to this bank, it shows you like how powerful they are, in my opinion.
Yeah.
RayStudios just tweeted, Billy G is not a medical doctor. That's the tweet. That's the whole tweet.
I think Luke is controlled. Like I said, I've said that multiple times, but I still like that shirt that he wears a lot.
Yep. There's a tweet here that says New York Times and Washington Post tech reporters hosting a space and saying people are terrified of even posting in Slack. So they're kind of, it looks like the left is kind of shook right now.
Have you noticed something already? Like you actually see tweets from people you actually follow, not some random posted up tweets now. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, it's hard to tell if it's placebo or what. So I don't know, but it does feel different. That's for sure.
Yeah. It's much more fun now. I love this already.
Yeah, I'm hyped to go ahead and place this appeal and try to get back on the Twitter. Man, I had my Twitter forever too, because like I've been around. That's what's crazy, man. Like I've had my YouTube for like 16 or 17 years, but it's because I've been rapping and I just put music videos up. Then when I started becoming more of a commentator and doing reactions and doing street interviews, I just got more active, and I started getting more followers. But like I just trip out because they do not give a flying F. Like I have stuff on my channel that I was like, wow, like they would just delete all this. Like, my mom, rest her soul, is in one of my music videos. It's just like all that could be gone overnight for what they would deem misinformation. And I'm not out here on some like wild, like, yo, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, yo, this is what's been presented. And that's what's crazy to me too. Where I got effed is like I reposted some stuff that Alex Bernson was saying on Twitter. And so like those were some of my first guideline strikes, and it's messed up because he had the money to get a lawyer to get back on, but I don't. You know what I mean? So it's funny how that works and plays out.
Yep.
I'm just enjoying posting some funny stuff right now. I'm posting a bunch of fun stuff already. More.
Is it stuff we can say? So Ray, what did you?
Yeah, just say it right here.
You're talking about the Bill Clinton one?
Yep, say it right now.
Bill Clinton was on Epstein's plane. He just
But I forgot who said it. I think it was GB. Like, I think it's kind of wild too. Like, you see all these different things, but there's like a different set of standards. Like the whole Jeffrey Epstein stuff. It was like, they kept his money in the bank. And I mean, I don't even need to get into his past. And that was after he got him, because like he got hemmed up or was in the court system. I forgot the details. And that's when Bill Gates met him. And that's why Bill Gates gets so much flack, because it was already like documented, like these things were starting to come down the pipes. I just think that's crazy. Is like, man, like you see, these are wild takes. And it's all about being connected. And even though Ye is connected, he's not in the in crowd. That's all they're showing. And it's like, if you ain't in the in crowd, you got to think Harvey Weinstein was literally R-wording women for like 20 years. And everyone in Hollywood knew, everybody, and no one said anything. And it's not till now, these last couple of years, this comes to light. And I don't know if he went to jail for it or is in court for it, but just that's the in crowd. When you could literally R-word women for 20 years and people just be like, I'd like
Cosby,
Harvey Weinstein for my career. Like that's when, all this stuff with Ye, it's just it's overkill. Like, I'm not saying he's not reckless. I'm not, like in my opinion, when you classify a group of people, a handful of people controlling something and make it seem like it's this whole community of people, like this whole community is just regular people. They just live in our society. So that's the danger, like, right? Trying to like these people at the top are like all of these people. That, in my opinion, is the danger. But like criticizing these gatekeepers, I'm like, I don't see wrong in criticizing the gatekeepers, but connecting the gatekeepers to the normal Americans in the society of that community, that's where the danger lies. That's how I see it.
Well, you mentioned Billy G when you said he's not really connecting a lot of these things. Actually, he truly is, because like I've told Osiris multiple times, he's a Rockefeller. He actually is a Rockefeller.
Who is?
Billy G.
Oh yeah, okay.
Ray is really good with that stuff, man. I don't know anything about at that level, but Ray's good with it.
Like Pegasus, anytime you want to know something about that kind of stuff, just hit me up and I'll go deep into it with you.
And I'm familiar with like the Rockefellers, the Bilderbergs, and their connections.
Rothschilds.
Yep. And so it's interesting when Ye starts calling this out, people just start, these names just pop up and you're like, hey man, this name kind of sounds like a hold on. Hey, hold on. And then people act like, he's so crazy. And I'm like, no, it's just like the pandemic. They're making the social media make it look like everyone thinks he's crazy. But I'm like, he's just calling certain things out that I think most of us think are pretty obvious. Like, this amount of people controls the banking system. Like, I'm not dissing them for doing that. I was just like, it is what it is. Is that fact or fiction? Can we look at it for what it is?
I think that was the big mistake he made, is that he should have just said it as an observation. Because you're right, he's coming more with the hip hop style where you just say it. I think if he would have said, here's my observation, no judgment, it is what it is, that I don't think that would have got him canceled. And he probably should have stayed away from it altogether. But I think because he was on with Lex. And he even told Lex, I don't know if you saw that.
I saw some of it. I haven't seen it all. He was kind of wilding in that one too.
He was, but it was really good discussion though. Like it was like really raw,
down to earth.
Yeah, but in that discussion, he even said it was more of an observation than anything else. But Taylor Lorenz on Twitter, it's like the gates of hell opened up on the site tonight. If you don't know Taylor Lorenz, she's the Washington Post establishment writer.
She went after Libs of TikTok, right?
Yep, that's the one.
Uh-huh.
This is one of the most fun days of ever.
I know.
The last first in heaven.
Just imagine what it'll be like when Trump and Alex Jones are allowed back on. Just imagine.
If Trump goes on, man, that's gonna be bananas.
I literally may jump out my window when that happens. I literally may do that.
Trump is a generator, man. People on the left want him back. If they might not everybody, but if they're being honest, their business was booming when he was, active. A lot of people kind of miss Trump.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just from that standpoint.
So in the comments, a note technique says yes. He said yes. Black Pegasus, you're right. Ye didn't distinguish between individuals in power with the group in general. That's why it's anti-S word. And what I was saying is, I'm just saying it's dangerous. The reason I still don't necessarily believe it's anti-S word is because he actually took the time to say, yo, I love these people, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
He's not saying I hate them. I do understand why the danger, because you saw the picture of the people on the California bridge, saying crazy stuff, and that's what.
But that's not. Yeah, he didn't say that though. So, I'm tired of this stochastic type of thing. Like it's somebody said something, and then somebody else does something, but it had nothing to do with what you said, and then now all of a sudden they're linked together, and it only goes one way.
It's like saying,
what'd you see? What'd you see, Ray?
I have it in the tab down there. I have it in the tab.
Is it this one?
Yeah. Elon Musk is in charge. I am dead inside. And look at this person's bio.
I think it's a parody. It's the parody.
No, it's real. Like it says head
real?
of gender studies at some university.
Oh, is that real?
Yeah, that's real. Look at all this.
I thought that was a parody.
No, this is real.
Oh
my God.
Yeah, I'm seeing more tweets about the engagement on John Fetterman, Josh Shapiro, Biden, and Warnock. Their engagement looks to be really lower than normal right now.
Yo, in my appeal, bro, I'm not even, because I'm gonna click it right now. So to appeal on Twitter, to get back, it says appeal a locked or suspended account, fill out the form below, blah, blah, blah. Then it says description of the problem. Tell us if you're having a problem accessing your account or why you don't believe you violated the Twitter rules. And in that area, I'm just going to be like, Elon, give me a second chance.
That's a good one.
I broke the original rules. I don't know what the rules are now. So I'm just going to be like, yo, Elon, Playboy, give me a second chance in my appeal.
Look what I just tweeted.
Did you just tweet something?
Look.
Let me go and see. Thanos. He said Thanos was Billy G's roommate.
I'm just loving this already. I'm loving it.
Yep.
Okay.
And nothing's happening to some people are doing some stuff that for sure would have been banned before. So
oh yeah, talking about 2020
gender and stuff. Oh yeah, 2020 for sure. Yeah.
Oh god.
And those tweets are going viral.
Oh yeah.
The ones that would have been banned are going viral right now.
Oh yeah. Oh my. We gotta. I can't wait to the moment Trump gets back in. I'm doing a live stream immediately. Yep. And I'll invite you on. I'll invite you. I'll invite you, Adam, Carlos, Sal, you, Pegasus, Che, all of you guys on.
I'm down. Carrie Lake says, "Hey, Elon, you have an open invitation to move Twitter headquarters to Arizona." So they're thinking just like you were, Ray, like you get out of California.
Oh yeah.
Where is it? So Twitter is in California. So they're like
Silicon Valley.
I mean, he's gonna. I mean, wouldn't that be the play, right, to get away from the taxes?
Yes. Yeah. Even just beyond the politics. Yeah, they're not very business friendly. That's why he moved Tesla headquarters,
Texas,
from California to from Fremont. I believe it was Fremont to Austin.
Yeah, Arizona has like 8% state income tax, somewhere around there. And California has 13.8%, and they're trying to raise it up to 16.8.
Yeah, that's why.
I'll never go to California. Never. So,
Yeah,
like,
I told my wife I'm not even vacationing to New York, California. There's so many beautiful parts of this country. We can go to other places or even other countries.
You told me that your wife wanted to take a vacation to New York, and you said no.
No, not
I
right
don't
now.
blame you. I'll never step foot in a blue state again. I'm going to try to avoid it at all costs.
I think what they could do to repair things for me is, number one, with the pandemic, I want to hear. I haven't heard any politician in America kind of not even apologize, but acknowledge the mistakes. Like we didn't, like, I don't want to get banned, but you know, if you do something, anything at your job, work, or whatever, after you're done with it, it's very common to go back and say, okay, how did I do this? Like Black Pegasus, you just released your album.
Yep.
You can go back and say, okay, how did I do this launch? Like, did I time this right? The marketing, all that kind of stuff. And we didn't do that with the pandemic. I mean, come on.
They can't do that. They can't do that because it's going to happen again. So if they do that, if they apologize and say, hey, we messed up here, then it won't allow them to do it again. This is just an alley-oop to do it again, and the people need to rise. That's just what it is.
I'm still posting a whole lot more stuff too.
I'm curious to see if anybody gets banned, what would get them banned at this point.
Yep.
I am very interested in that. People are talking about the drug that begins with I, freely now.
Really?
You noticing that? Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Man, I might have to do this appeal. Should I just do this appeal right now, live?
Yes, do it live.
Let's do it. Let's
do it live.
So GB, homie, he said, have you tried logging into your account? I just tried to get into my account I thought was banned. So it sounds like he's implying he thought his was and his wasn't. But this is fine. I tried to get into mine. I don't know if that'll pop up.
Yeah, see if you can just get in.
It says it at the top that mine's suspended. That's what it's saying at the top. But I can't get in. So when you log on to it and you start trying to scroll at the very top, mine says, but I'm seeing way more stuff. But at the top, mine says your account is permanently suspended. After careful review, we determined your account broke the Twitter rules. Your account is permanently in read-only mode, which means you can't tweet, retweet, or like content. You won't be able to create new accounts. If you think we got this wrong, you can submit an appeal. Before today, I wasn't able to submit an appeal because I appealed it before, and they said, no, you broke the guideline. So I'm about to do another appeal and see if they let your boy back. That'd be kind of lit. But, dude, I'll just get a new phone number and jump back on, you know?
Yeah. Isn't this crazy right before the midterms?
And speaking of this, do you guys think this will help or hurt the populist right in the midterms?
Oh, this is man, it's definitely. I'm seeing already people showing tweets of these Democrat politicians not getting the engagement they used to. Now, what role does Twitter play? I don't know, but whatever role it plays, oh, absolutely, it will help.
Yeah, because the populist. The only reason we're losing the battle per se is because we're not reaching the people in the middle. Like, it's just like how they censored the Hunter Biden laptop. That's wild. That was wild information during the election. To censor that is crazy. So yeah, if you can get the information to the people, and that's the problem. We're in this war with information, misinformation, and disinformation, and they all actually exist, but it's like a lot of trickery going on right now.
Yeah. So
information it's craziness. Stuff that isn't misinformation, they'll say it is.
So I'm not trying to get you banned from YouTube. I'm gonna try to word around this carefully. Do you think if we were allowed to talk about the Hunter Biden laptop story before 2020, you know what I'm referring to, do you think we could have potentially had something different?
Yeah, who knows what would have happened? But I've seen some articles that said that there are people who didn't know about the story, and then after they found out, they said it would have affected their decision. So who knows? But like these things are kind of fragile, and like who knows how much of a role that played? I think it could have, but if you look at it here, what Black Pegasus was talking about, independence. That's why they got to censor. independent Republican. This is just a poll, so who knows? It could be off, but 8 Republicans up 8 on the generic. So they just say, hey, just a generic ballot, Republican versus Democrat, +8 with independents.
Yeah. Yeah. And even with what you were saying, to piggyback off what Osiris is saying, yeah, like I don't know if I saw it on Crowder or Pool, but they did some kind of census where it was like 15% of people or something like literally said they would have probably, went in a different direction and in the election if they would have had that information. So, yeah.
Yeah, liberalism is a mental disorder.
So people are looking for
that's trending already.
Wow. The fact that the person who came up with the slogan "the woke mind virus" is controlling Twitter is bananas.
Man, this is funny stuff. Yeah, and by the way, everyone, I'm at 92 subscribers right now. I need 8 more to get to 100. Let's try to get me to 100.
Ray's channel is pinned in the chat, and then Black Pegasus, of course. Let's take a little bit of talk about you, Black Pegasus. You had Tech 9. I haven't had a chance to talk to you after that groundbreaking type of interview, man. It blew up, man.
Yeah. It's moving. It's doing some numbers. It's a little over 200,000 views. Yeah, man, I've been doing these reactions, these freestyle rap reactions on my channel with Harry Mack. And I've been noticing, because of the way the stars are aligned with my career, being an old school freestyler, the way we intake and dissect the reactions, we just get a super big pop on those. And so I did an interview with Tech 9 and I incorporated a reaction, and that triggered an effect to just get a lot more views. Plus Tech 9's a big name. I have a pretty solid channel. So all those things came together and kind of let that joint go viral. So yeah, man, it's a pretty good interview. I've been trying to talk about stuff at the end of the interview, people were like, yo, this went off the rails. Cause I started talking about very personal stuff.
No, that was great, man. Because I don't know if I've ever heard him, because even Tech 9 had to say like, these are some of the things that my management or whatever say don't talk about. Yeah. But talk about, what were those type of things you talked about with him? The videos up there. I thought it was great.
So people didn't know this about him, but he basically had sexual interactions with his school teacher at like 14 or 15 or something. And, I talked to him about that. And what came from that is that he got exposed to, what do they call it online? So you don't get prawn.
Yeah.
Yep. So he got exposed to prawn at a very young age, at like 5. There was like a drive-in, and his uncle took him. And so he got exposed to it. And I asked him, I was like, how did that affect you? Do you think that affected you in a negative way? And it opened up a conversation, because I was exposed to prawn at a very young age accidentally. And, it did affect me in a negative way. And I want to bring it up because I'm a grown man now, and people and young men look up to me and him specifically. And I felt like if I could platform this, because young men just think certain things are okay. And we gotta there's so many ways we need to try to become our best version. Because actually, in my opinion, the greatest fight is becoming your best version. Like, you don't have to be populist. You don't have to be right or left. If you become your greatest version, that goes against the global agenda itself. That goes against the tyranny. Becoming your best version, being healthy, being strong, having a good mindset, pushing through, not being sucked into all the apps and all the prawn and all these things. Becoming your best version, literally, you're the walking manifestation of going against these established things. Like, corporations are always trying to sell you nonsense, all these things. So I try to sneak that into my entertainment, because they've banned me so much. I realized, okay, I got to get back to the entertainment, because how can I reach these people and still do something that I enjoy doing? So that's what you start seeing at the end of that interview. It was very deliberate the way I did it. Some people hated the end, some people loved it, but it was very planned.
Wow, I didn't know some people hated it. Like, wow, I thought it was powerful.
You comments, people like, yo, this interview went off the rails. They're talking about jaying off, and I'm like, yo, man, we're just talking about real stuff. This is the internet. Like, if you want to hear about his record deal and stuff he's talked about 1,000,000 times online, go look at another interview. I want to talk about new stuff.
Yeah, man. I think that if I'm another artist watching that, I'm like, yeah, I want to sit down with that dude because it's real talk. You weren't coming from any type of place of being mean or not understanding. It was really good stuff, man.
Yeah. Metapoly, I think that's how you say it.
Metalopoly.
My bad. I did a reaction to Tom McDonald's video Sheeple, and he actually commented on it. And I pinned the comment. So if you want to check it out on my channel, /Pegasus Black is my channel. But I did a reaction to Tom McDonald's Sheeple. I like it.
Oh yeah,
that was dope when he responded, man. That's much respect to him to do that, because he could have responded to. There's all these big like Shaq or whoever, all these other guys doing reactions to him. For him to do that, man, that means a lot to me. He earned some respect from me at least to do that.
And I think it's because I'm actually friends with Madchild. Like Madchild's like my homie. And so like, because they did an album together, I think, maybe something's on the radar. But for y'all that don't know, I throw concerts in Colorado. I actually brought Tom McDonald and Nova to Colorado Springs for a concert 3 years ago.
No.
So I don't know him personally, but he knows me to a degree. It's just like, oh, that's Black Pete. You know what I mean? So it's like a small world in my industry, and I work with a lot of heavy hitters. But since I brought him, then the pandemic hit, and then he took off online to another level. Because I mean, you got to think, we did a show. There's like 300 people. Now he could probably sell 1,000, 2,000 tickets. So it's a different level now.
Yeah. I saw, because when I just went through your catalog on Spotify and stuff, and I saw you had a song with Chino XL. For if you guys don't know, this is kind of like hip hop artists you might not know, but it's hip hop. But not mainstream. Chino XL, in my opinion, is the most talented MC I've ever heard in my life. Just growing up listening to him from his creep, from back in the day to now. But how did you hook up with Chino again?
So that was through one of my homies, Seneca. He knew Chino, and he like connected us. And you want to know what's really wild, bro? Like, I don't know if you know this, but I have a song with Immortal Technique on one of my albums, but it's just like, it's like sleeper because some of my albums never blew up. But like on my album, The Brass Knuckle King, like I've been blessed to work with a lot of dudes, but Chino is like one of my favorite lyricists of all time. Like he's one of the original mechanics of the punchline, the triple and quadruple entendres. Like he's a wordsmith. And yeah, man, I just hooked up with him. One of my buddies in Denver connected me with him, and me and him, we're still homies. Like we talked during the pandemic, actually.
Wow. Yeah. He doesn't do songs with any whack MC. So, Black Pegasus is on his game though. Since we're talking about this kind of stuff, tell us about your album, man.
Yeah.
So I just dropped a new album. It's called Love of the Game. And it's more centered on that soulful sample boom bap hip hop for the most part, some modern stuff on there, but I just tried to infuse the rap game, the street game, and the hip hop game and put it in like a sports, like a sports themed fusion, and just be like motivational, like kind of gym music or thought provoking music. And so yeah, the new album Love of the Game, that's what I was trying to present. And yeah, just get back to it. I'm actually recording some new stuff.
Okay, I remember. Did you mention that you've been working on that for quite some time, and then it had to pause for the pandemic and all that?
Yeah, so like I had been working on it, just making motivational tracks, and I was like, yeah, man, I want to do this, kind of sports themed thing. And then the pandemic hit, and they shut down all the gyms, so I couldn't really go as hard as I'd like to because you couldn't go to the gym and do music videos, you couldn't do this. So I actually put that to the side and started recording what I call pandemic rap that kind of went against the agenda. And I put out Pandemic Proof and Black Fumes, which are two albums that really talk a lot about the pandemic. And then once it started fizzling out, I got back to my roots. I'm still going to talk about what I think is important. Like I'm going to tell you guys this here first. I just did a song with Stevie Stone and Madchild called Plandemic. And then I have a two-way all day song with Stevie Stone, Chris Calico, Godamus from Cess Crew, D Cure, and myself.
Dope, man. So Madchild's West Coast, right? California? Right?
He's actually from Canada. He's from Canada, okay. But he lives in LA. He resides in LA, and I think he's a US citizen now, but he's from Canada originally.
Yeah, just like Tom McDonald.
Yeah.
That's dope. I saw you had, is it a different channel? I think it was on your, you only have one channel?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just have one channel right now. We're going to launch the 40-year-old FUQ boys sooner than later, but as of now, we're trying to get mine to 100K and then spider out.
Yep, no doubt. And I saw you did one where you were in the booth. I love that stuff. So if you don't know about, the process of recording and stuff like that, you had that video. I forgot where, I just came across it, where you were in the booth and showing like how you spit your lines and redid it and stuff.
Overdubs and layer it. Yeah, the behind the scenes stuff.
Yep, I like that stuff. Cool.
Yeah. Pegasus says maybe you should consider doing like an album with Tom McDonald sometime. like he did one with Adam. What was his name?
Yeah.
Adam. What was his last name?
Adam. His name.
Yeah, but like maybe you should try to reach out to Tom and do a full-on album with him.
Yeah, I mean, it's anything's possible. Like that's about relationships, and you got to make sure you mesh and gel. I'm sure me and him would be cool, but it's just like, do you have the relationship? Now, I don't know him like that, and it would take that type of thing. Because also, if you guys really watch Tom McDonald, he doesn't really work with other people. So he's worked with Adam Calhoun and Madchild. That's it. He did one feature for Dax. That's it. So like, there's some artists who just sell verses. And like, oh, if you're going to pay me, I'll do a verse. He's not one of those artists. He's very calculated. So he would have to probably like me, agree with something. Like there'd have to be something there. And I'm not saying that isn't there.
Oh,
you never know. But I would work with Tom. I like Tom a lot.
Elon tweeted about Trump. He tweeted it.
Are you serious? Wait, what is going on? This is late night for breaking news.
No. This was earlier in the day, but he just tweeted about it though. So
what did he say?
Yeah, he tweeted this out right here. Give me 1 second. This. I'm so happy to be working with you too, President Trump. So I think that confirms it.
Wait, what account is that though?
Elon, see?
Wait, where? I don't
see.
Oh no, I think it's a fake Elon.
Oh, that's a fake account. Oh my God.
See, Elon's got to do that. Elon's got to get that under control.
Oh
yeah, because that post is the bird is freed. The bird is freed. So does that mean he owns it for sure now?
Yeah, it's a wrap. Yeah, it's done.
But this stuff is still funny though.
Yeah. When he walked in with that sync, that was a boss move. Did you see that, Black?
No.
So Elon Musk walked in.
Sync in. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
I'm over here trying to find my. Okay, I'm gonna just do this appeal now and stop bullshit.
Yeah, do it. Let's do it live on air because to make this a very special episode.
Yes.
Elon, give your boy a second chance.
Elon might have, who knows? He might have given the directive, because we saw the announcement that there's an announcement through Bloomberg that Ray just showed us. Everyone who's permanent banned allegedly can be back on. So he might have given the okay, like everybody who's permanent banned, bring them back.
Yeah.
I'm like, Elon, give your boy a second chance in the name of free speech.
Yeah. It's crazy though when you look at what's on Twitter, what got you permabanned.
Yeah.
Like if you turn your safe search off of Twitter, you'll see all kinds of things you don't really want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm all for as long as it's legal, but it's crazy that stuff is on there and then you get permabanned.
Yep.
Nate's memes, that's pretty funny. He says Elon should have brought a toilet in to flush the woke turds.
You know what wild is, like my Twitter was just kind of whatever, like I wasn't really getting followers. Then if you I think Osiris knew this, but you might not have, Ray. I went to the Defeat the Mandates protest in DC with High Res. Everyone was there. Dr. Malone. I mean, you name it. And I was there and I made a video walking from the Washington Memorial to the Lincoln Memorial or whatever, walking with all the people. I filmed all the people. I edited it, uploaded it, and Fox News reposted it. And then my freaking Twitter just started popping. It was crazy. And then like a couple weeks later, I got banned.
Wow. Yeah, I remember when you went. Wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You've also been doing some street stuff too, I like. It's kind of like interviews on the street.
Yo, they won't get any views, bro, and they're so, like, you can see like the likes are through the roof compared to my other videos and the comments. And like I did this one, Can Men Get Pregnant is the title. And we went out on the streets and asked people at territory days, and it's like edited really good. It's like really entertaining. And this got 400 views. And you got to think, I'm spending money with a camera guy and an editor to go out and do all this stuff with us, with something should get more like 2,000 to 5,000 views, you know? And it's just funny because then I put up some silly ass reaction just sitting here. It cost me nothing, and it gets 10,000 views. You know what I mean? 20,000 views. It's wild, but got to play the game, I guess.
Yeah, Ray, what's that channel that we were looking at that one night that did the crazy interviews with the women? Do you remember that?
That just happened.
That just happened. So they do street stuff, but they do like crazy kind of relationship funny stuff. Oh, you know? Oh, you know?
I watched that, and like it's complicated. That's a good channel.
Julian, he's hilarious, man. He's hilarious.
I think they're out in Arizona.
Well, they're in Florida too.
Yeah, they went out to Miami to do a segment, but I think he goes to college in Arizona. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, and like Osiris, like when me and you get down there to Florida, me and you are going to do some of those, like maybe not those kinds of questions, but political questions. So, yeah,
I love the street stuff. I love doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Sav, she's the best when it comes to asking questions.
She's great. I like Elijah Schaefer too. Do you listen? Do you know Elijah Schaefer at all?
Oh, I'm very well aware. Oh.
Yeah, I know you.
Yeah, I mess with Elisha Schaefer, Sav. I reacted to one of her videos. I think it was the kids at the Rainbow Parade or something like that. I wanted to GB. I appreciate you giving the music a chance and actually checking it out. You can purchase it on iTunes, or you can just stream it on all digital platforms. If you look me up under Black Pegasus, all my stuff comes up. But yeah, that's my most recent album, Love of the Game. So thank you. And yeah, that's my style. So I'm a 42-year-old man. So like I make like 90s, 2000-ish hip hop, like soulful sample, like lyrical. But because of my voice and the way I write music, it still sounds modern. I don't sound like an old man. So yeah, you just got to peep it out. Let me know what you think.
You a big fan of 90s R&B?
Yeah. Yeah.
The reason...
I want to ride it.
Osiris. I don't think Pegasus have seen the video yet.
You've seen that one?
I gotta show him it.
Show it. Yeah, bring it up. Yeah, I was listening.
I'm not gonna say what it is, but like I gotta show it to Pegasus because you are gonna laugh your behind off. I'm not gonna describe it yet. I gotta find it. It was literally like Osiris. He was listening to it on his show while he was starting to stream. And I put something in the live chat while he was playing it, and apparently it made it seem like I was talking about something else. I'll just
it might have been my head, but it was Tevin Campbell came out said that he was gay, and I was like, cool, but like, bro, no problems. The music is dope, live your life. So I was listening to Tevin Campbell in the background, and then Ray sent a chat. This is what happened.
Oh. Yeah, give me 1 second. I was not intending for it to sound like this. I was like just having fun. Like, oh my God, let me find it right here.
90s were dope.
Right here.
God, all these artists like Tevin Campbell.
This song is lit.
Jones, Adina,
right here.
Brandy
right
Shaw.
Right
Brandy Shaw. What's good? Put God in everything. Word.
Right here.
RayStudios, what's up? Whoa. No, I didn't. I'm sorry, Ray. I didn't see that one. RayStudios said, "Did you get my text about you, me, and Carlos on a boat, bro?"
That's no pause.
Timing. It was just the timing. Pause, bro. That should have been in like the DM or something. Pause. I'm gonna have to send this one to Carlos, bro. That was a good time. I'm starting with 90s R&B where you just kind of vibe out a little bit, and Ray comes in like, "Did you get my text about you being Carlos?" I haven't seen. I know you had no malintent, Ray. I know you had no malintent, but I pause. Like heavy on the pause. That didn't. I don't know. Maybe it was just me. That didn't hit right. I know you didn't mean any malintent. It's just the timing was just like, whoa, nah, man. I don't know if you follow basketball, but yeah. You know, the first do you remember the CP3 LeBron and Dwayne Wade on the banana boat? Do you remember that at all?
I don't.
No, okay.
You talked about it right there too.
Yeah, yeah.
I can bring that up.
No, it's all good. It was a big. So they were all drafted the same year, I believe. I think it was. Were they all 2003, or Paul was maybe a different year?
I think Paul was a different year, but Carmelo Anthony was the same year as them.
Yeah. So they went on vacation and they all went on this banana boat together. It just didn't look right, and even to this day they call them the banana boat crew.
That's funny.
Yeah. I still can't get over that. I still go back and watch that every now and then.
All right, I think I'm gonna wrap up. What are the final thoughts, and then let's make sure that we shout out, make sure everybody knows how to follow you too. But Ray, what are your final thoughts on the whole situation that's going on? Midterms, Elon. We've had a million October surprises.
I'm just hoping that this will promote free speech to go even beyond this, because from what everyone's been posting on Twitter, it seems great, but will it continue to be that great is the question. Hopefully it will be. I'm just hopeful. And also, everyone, I'm at 93 subscribers right now. Got to get 7 more to get to 100. So let's try to get my channel to 100 subscribers. That's what we're trying to do right now.
Yeah, Ray, you put your work in, grind in, man. You doing some good stuff. I'm excited about Twitter to see if you can even, we might even be able to use Twitter long term, not tomorrow, but maybe a year or two if it works out. I think Twitter could compete with YouTube and even potentially TikTok.
Yep.
Black Pegasus, what's your final takeaway?
Yeah, man, I think Elon taking over is good. Hopefully I can get back on the platform, but even if I can't, for the people who are on it, if they're able to express their ideas in a more free way and a truthful way, I think that's good. There's always going to be, people wilding out in the world saying crazy stuff, but, we shouldn't be punished for that. You know what I'm saying? So I believe, I believe in no censorship, period. And I think, I think we're in a pivotal time in human history. And some of the decisions being made right now are going to ripple through this time and space for good or for bad. And this is one of the things I think it could set the momentum for a freer internet. Like the internet was the wild, wild west when it started. And I understand the dangers there and the dark holes and things that can come of that. But we know enough to not be susceptible to that, to try to curve that, but also be free and have damn near a constitutional internet. You know what I'm saying? So let's see if we can, that's the dream, right? You got to shoot for the stars and, you end up where you end up. And I think it's a good thing. I'm hype about it. And yeah, man, that's a move in the right direction. We're taking a lot of W's for the people right now when it came to that New York, what is it when the judge proceeds or whatever, the New York settlement right now that's going on for people to get, their jobs back and pay back. This is going to happen with the military. These people who are dishonorably discharged, they're going to reverse that. There's going to be a lot of heat coming down the pipes when people start looking at the true data. So I think this moment in time is great, and we just need to keep pushing because people are just acting like everything's back to normal, and people need to be held accountable because, like I told you earlier, if they don't apologize or admit to their wrongdoings, this will happen again. So people just need to be awake to that and hold their feet to the fire so we can try to dodge this in the future.
Yeah. Yep. So holla at Black Pegasus, click his name in the YouTube, and you can even throw your YouTube in there, your link if you want.
Yeah, I'll put my channel in the chat, you guys. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Black Pegasus Raps. So yeah.
Yeah.
In the chat real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in there. We were watching Uncle Tom. That was a while. Was it a month ago or so? But that was a great stream, man. That was a fun one. But yeah, what's that, Ray?
Oh yeah. Pegasus. Like remember I told you like the other day, like when Cyrus were down in Florida. If you're down there, if you can get down there at that time, you should come too. Hang out with us.
Yeah, if I'm down there, I'll let you guys know. When are you guys going? January?
January 29th.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you get your plane ticket yet, Osiris?
Word. No, I haven't copped it yet. I will be shortly because I don't. You wait too long, that price goes. Especially with I don't know how long the gas prices are going to stay low. Let's just say that. So I don't know how that affects how that will affect ticket prices too.
Yeah. Yep. Got my plane ticket and hotel booked already.
Yep. Yep. Well, good. Thanks a lot, y'all. It was fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. I think for me, the biggest takeaway is to get that seatbelt strapped in. We're in a roller coaster ride right now. I don't know where we're going.
And GB, January 29th, that's my birthday too. So we intentionally made it to be my birthday.
Is that GB's birthday?
Yep.
Oh, dope. Dope. Friend of the show.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. We'll holler.
Yep.
Oh, Cyrus, we got to collab on something soon too. Let's do it.
For sure, man. For sure. Let's get it.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all. Peace.